Did you know they refer to stuff like that as sensitive areas? Yeah, I'm realizing this is going to be a fun journey in bad internet, possibly. Oy. Quite possibly. Sorry, I'm getting emails from students. You know what? Instead of making them at all personalized, we'll just use the same one for all the people who sent me emails. I'm a good TA. But you can tell which students actually care by who contacts you. Lab. Turns out the lab section is scheduled for right now. But I figured I didn't need to actually hold a lab because everything I'm sending them is... you can do it on your own. Okay, but yeah, I'll go through my normal stuff. Yeah, we're doing this is my final Mixer stream, and it's a promo. Thanks to Radaleka Games for providing the code for a summer with Shiba Inu. But after today, I am going to solely be on Twitch. And I am not on Twitch today because I'm not allowed. So based on the fact that I am an affiliate and my promotional stuff only counts through Mixer because of other stuff, we are only on Mixer for my end today. See, the one thing I don't like about it is I have to swap between having it on or off. Or like always on or fade after X time. Yeah, I know you have both of those. That's not a bad idea. I don't care? Do we know? Do we care? Do we want to say yes, that consistency is usually a good thing? Okay. I mean, I would guess Sid is more of a female name than Max, so... But they're both kind of... They're both... Yeah, and Max could be Maxine, and Sid could be Sydney. I don't know. The only Sydney I know is or Sid is also that, so... Like, she spells it with a Y. Oh, okay. was gonna say, that's not what I'm seeing. Did you change the mode or something? Is this a druggle jug kind of situation? I don't know. I don't know what a Yorkshire accent is. Well, yes, obviously. Nope, I can't tell you. It's a secret. Is that a police dog? I think he's wearing a badge. And glasses? Sure. Cute coffee shops, each with its own unique decor, catch my eye as well. One has lush vines creeping all over the storefront, leaving only a gap for the entrance. Through the gaps in the vines, I catch a glimpse of what looks like more plant life and thick tree stumps that serve as tables. I've noticed it before too, on the way to work. I'd be happy to try it out. The scene didn't change though, the background's the same. After several turns, we stop in front of a building. The building is made of red brick with some steps leading up to it. Ta-da! I know it doesn't look like much out here, but the virtual tour looked great on Bark. Max approaches the door, but it doesn't open. He starts. Bork, 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 bork! Catching himself before he runs face first into the door, he nudges the door with his shoulder. It doesn't budge. The door's broken! It seems like an eclectic place. That's the reason I chose it. Maybe there's some secret password we need to enter. Already on it. Max calls up his wrist phone menu, making some gestures in the air. Wrist phone? Ooh, okay. Huh. We need to figure this out. Some reviews allude to something interesting we need to do to enter, but they don't say outright what it is. It's just one letter. Q. I checked, and it shouldn't be. And if they couldn't update their real-time schedule for some reason, that's really weird. Yeah, I read. Too American for you? Oh no, I don't have a thumb. What? A doorknob? You mean, wait, I remember something. Why do I feel old because of the fact I've seen doorknobs before? Wait, is this some post-apocalyptic world after humans are gone and dogs run the world? I'm South African now? Wow. Aha! I haven't seen these things since the arena days? Our eyes meet, and he looks away. Anyway, we're here. The stairs lead to an area with wooden floor paneling. There are rooms that have a raised base separated from the main area with sliding panels. The panels have some membrane-like material that is thin enough to let light through, but thick enough that we can't see into the rooms. Hi, I called earlier and made a reservation. Take your time. I'm guessing you haven't had food like this since you left. Yeah, it changes to different dogs, too. Order anything you like, my treat. Huh. Isn't it interesting that they still use these books as menus? I remember they were pretty much phased out along with... Dun dun dun, I don't know. Yeah, that's one of the things. Well, this place is known online for the retro atmosphere, which is why they only take phone reservations. No usual order screens either. What is it like where you were living? Right. You have a lot to see here then. Next time. I'll take you out to a regular restaurant and you'll get to see how fast everything is. The server returns and we order some a Woolong tea to share. I order some egg crepe rolls with ham and corn, and Max gets the century egg and pork congee? I don't know. I'm guessing a lot of these are like dog puns of some sort, or dog-related puns. Yes. Well, I wonder, because I know, like, a Kong is, like, you know, something for dogs as well, so. As we wait, you ask Max about some technological changes. He shows me how to set up custom gestures on my new wrist phone, but I still treat it with caution. Call it habit, but I am hesitant to be gesturing in the air on such a large holographic interface. It serves my purposes to use the old touchscreens on a small phone. The hologram just seems overkill. Not to mention, the companies that make these phones must be tracking so much information. They know what we read, who we call, where we are, what we buy. Maybe. Though I don't see any underwear on the screen in these two dog pictures. Somewhere, some team of data Shibas are making predictive models and segmentation analysis of this data. Getting confused by all this new tech? Don't worry, it's a lot of information to take in. Here, try sending something to me, like this. Mature stream alert. Oh, Mad Maxi. Ooh, Babork talk. Come on, you couldn't have texted something else? Pretends it's an actual conversation? Cry. Hey. What? Which one? Oh. Yeah. Hey, let's take a selfie. Egg. Oh, okay. Egg crepes are a simple dish usually made in under 2 minutes by the breakfast stalls I used to frequent on the island. First, an egg is cracked and dropped onto the surface of a sizzling metal plate. The cook then uses a metal spatula to smooth out the egg so that it is a thin liquid layer. When the egg is cooked around halfway, a thin crepe is laid on top of it and flipped so that the egg layer is on top and the crepe is on the sizzling plate. By the way, can everybody hear Joe and I on my stream? I just realized. Well, because I'm looking at the bars and I don't see you. Try talking again.
We forgot to check that part.
Ah,
didn't we?
that works better now. That bar is now moving.
Okay.
Then, on top, the cook adds any other ingredients of choice, such as ham or corn. Once fully cooked, the entire crepe is quickly rolled up and cut into bite-sized portions with the spatula. Using the flat surface of the same spatula, the portions are then scooped up and swiftly placed into a takeout box.
Yes, I guess you could say it's excellent.
Hope you enjoy. You can try some of my congee if you want. I was feeling something light.
During this time, the tea is ready as well, and I blow on the surface of my cup, creating ripples. My first sip is hesitant as I try to adjust to the temperature. After a few sips, I can feel the strong tea aftertaste on my tongue. Oh, this is bliss. It was a crap pun, was it? Oh dear.
See, that only works if you pronounce it that way.
Exactly. We chat more as we eat, and I ask him about how the culinary norms have changed on the island. Apparently most of the dishes I remember are still around. The largest change in cuisine is caused by the advancement in how food is produced. Max explains how nowadays a lot of ingredients can be produced synthetically, which reduces scarcity and seasonality. Probably also taste. It's widely accepted that they have the same flavour and contain the same nutrients as naturally grown ingredients. I used to wonder why we have beef dishes on the island, but we've never seen an animal called a cow. I guess these synthetic flavours already existed 10 years ago, since beef has been around since before I was born. I just didn't know they were synthetic.
I learned from Max that lately there's been a rise in restaurants that offer wilder experimental foods with completely new synthetic inventions. Max shows me some pictures on his phone, and we decide on a restaurant to try out next. He warns me that some flavors might really surprise me.
Oh dear, your dogs are being evil, are they, SK? Interesting.
Even dogs that try these things now and then have trouble getting used to some of the most outrageous invented flavors.
Invented flavours.
I know.
Yeah. I asked him to describe something he's tried before, but it was hard for him to convey it in terms of foods I know. For example, one tasted like cinnamon and cabbage flavour mixed, but that doesn't really describe it fully. I can only understand why I have the chance to try it, I suppose. Go for it. I lost you? Okay. We finish our food and reminisce a little bit more. However, there's one thing in our shared history we don't bring up. I get an uneasy feeling that I should wait a little longer for me to ease back into the culture of the island first.
There's a topic that's taboo right now? Oh.
Max pays and we exit the restaurant. I'm quite full and nostalgic. Also, hey, well, thank you all. We'll have a lot of time to do all these things, right?
Back on the street is even busier than before we ate.
It's that same one dog with the bow tie, just going back and forth. Oh, it's the afternoon. Dogs probably don't have much to do but relax on the weekends.
I was going to say the dog's running around us in circles, obviously. It's chasing its tail in a very wide circle. As before, the smell of all types of food waft out into the street, and evening food stalls start being set up. Well, that's what I guess they are. They look much more modern and clean. From the crash course in tech that Max gave me, they probably have automated ordering and all that, but the street seating and rustic charm remain. We push past a particularly crowded part of the street, and I feel a tap on my shoulder. I don't really think about it, as it was probably someone brushing past me with their backpack by accident or something. I continue walking when I feel it again.
You'd be mistaking me for someone else. I turn around to check. Seed! Looks French.
Gasp!
who, who, who are you?
I love the face. She's a smaller Shiba Inu, but something tells me that she compensates for it with her attitude. Her gaze on me is steely, way too steely for comfort. It's concerning that she seems to have approached me with purpose. Hopefully, she really just recognized me by chance.
You don't remember me!
She scoffs, discontent written clearly in her expression.
I'm not surprised, but I'm still disappointed. Now I have to waste time explaining things to you.
What's going on?
Max!
Do.
Oh, some random dog just came up to me. You're Moichi, right? I remember you.
Apparently Moichi is my nickname?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what? You?
He doesn't look
Max,
pleased.
yeah, that looks very angry. That's a scary mouth.
Yeah.
You! What are you here for?
My business is with Sid, of course, and not with you. But it's very interesting to know that the two of you are in touch.
She jerks her head to the side.
Let's go somewhere more secluded, shall we?
I don't move.
Well, if it's something important, why don't you message me? I'll give you my contact info. I'll convince you quickly. In short, anyone can now challenge you to an arena. But I don't think many dogs know what you look like now. Only a portal. If you don't come with me right now, I'll post your information online. I already filmed a video of you, so everyone will know what you look and sound like.
That's impossible!
Impossible. They should have put a pun in there!
Yeah, they should have gone implausible. Ugh, Sid, ignore her. Let's go.
Ooh, how do we respond? Because we've got to pick the same thing, otherwise we're not going to be able to do the reading.
Oh, we won't?
Hi, Steve! Also, that is a Pac-Man, I think. Eating something. Candy! Okay, so I'm curious, but I don't think Max will be happy. Or maybe Max will be willing to hear her out. What do you think?
Max doesn't like her, but I'm personally curious what the hell she's going on about. This arena thing.
Yeah. So should we go for the second one? Maybe Max will be willing?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, strange. It took me 52.83 seconds. Slacker.
It took me 53.68 seconds.
Oh, wow. Max, wait. I want to hear what she has to say. Would you mind coming with me? Now I've gone Scottish! Or at least my version is Scottish.
I was gonna say, it does have a bit of that twang to it.
Oh, apparently I can't keep a Yorkshire accent.
He seems to be thinking over what the stranger just told me, as well as his response.
If you don't want to come, that's fine. I'll meet you when I'm done.
Okay, I'll come with you.
I addressed the stranger. We'll go with you and hear you out, but convince me quickly.
A tense walk later.
They didn't move!
We head to a nearby alleyway, Max looking quite reluctant and glaring at the Shiba Inu.
Ah, they know each other? I wish I could ask him what he knows about her, but the best I can do is make sure nothing bad happens. I need information about this arena challenge she mentioned. Who are you? Sigh.
Sid, she's Hai Fen Hung.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? What?
I look the dog up and down. Yes, the screen wipe is
Oh my
great.
god, it's like bad Photoshop effect. What's it called? PowerPoint.
Screen transition?
Yeah.
Slide transitions? Oh my god, yes.
Up and down. We look at the dog, up and down.
Her face should be the most important part to recognizing her, but I realize I haven't even looked her in the eyes yet. It's a task not made easier by knowing who she is. I don't know who she is even. It's like my eyes are resisting as I force myself against my will to look at her closely. You're right, dog greeting, we should be sniffing butts.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's smell, isn't it?
Yes. Her eyes, a striking hazel, long lashes, her coat pale and fluffy.
No, it's dog porn.
I lower my gaze.
Now I remember. It's just been a really long time and you've changed a lot. Rambling, you're trying to put on a calm front. As I was saying, now that you're back, it's a very interesting situation for all of us. You weren't supposed to just take the feather and leave.
The feather? Oh no.
It's not like my leaving affected anyone.
Instinctively, I scoff and protest, but I know it's futile.
Easy for you to say. Anyway, now that's out the way.
She reaches into her shirt and pulls out her pendant. I avert my gaze out of habit. I don't like looking at others' pendants because it feels like I'm intruding on someone's privacy if I look closely at what's on them.
So this was a pendant.
I don't know. She moves closer and all but flashes her pendant in front of my eyes. I flinch away involuntarily.
If you want to show it to me, it's not necessary. I don't need to see it.
I start as I feel my pendant stirring in my jacket, or something is stirring where the pendant is. My pendant can't move by itself. That's impossible. Then my pendant flies out of its own will to meet hers. Then comes a glare of light, so brief that I barely comprehend what's happening.
It's almost made funnier by the fact that you're roboting so hard right now.
Am I?
But, well, you're not now, but you were when you were reading that out. It was like,
Sid? Max's voice is the last thing I register before everything goes dark.
Bark. Indeed, Steve. 1 week earlier. Oh, just one more snooze. Fumble on the desk for my phone. I almost drop it. I finally managed to grab it and turn off the alarm. Ugh, as usual, there's not much time left before my deadline waking time. Which means that after the 4 alarms, I'm allowed to snooze. Oh, even though it's my last day of work, I should be on time. Curl myself from the chair, stretching my sore limb. Oh, this is certainly the last time I'm going to fall asleep at my desk. Should probably read out the other bits.
I was going to say, I can handle these. The room is dark, with only as long as I'm not dying.
I got about 4 words of that.
The room is dark, with only a sliver of sunlight entering from the bottom of the blinds, giving indication that it is daytime. I slide off the chair, turn on the room light, and gather items I need for work, which are scattered around the room.
Hi, Velbo! Ah, keys, cards, cash, sell. I always say I should pack up the night before, so I'm not scrambling like this every morning. But I never actually end up doing it the night before. I'm envious of how many monitors they have.
I shove my bulky laptop and water bottle into my backpack. Then I fling open... Then I fling open my closet and reach inside for the sweater I thankfully had the foresight to set aside.
I can't find it! Oh,
In the
it's gone
days...
offline.
Have I? You can still hear me, right?
I can still hit... Well, mostly. But yeah, you've gone offline.
See, I'm trying to, like, save bandwidth and not, like, go anywhere extra and just have like OBS open. I think I'm back. In the days after I had set aside the sweater, I had piled other things inside the closet over it. I shove away some other items, hats, papers, and whatnot.
Aha! There it is, my favorite grey sweater. A special outfit for a special day. I've been wearing the same sweater for a week.
Everything collected, I sit down on the ledge of my bed and just take a moment.
Now is the perfect time to check my emails. Oh wait, I'm already almost late. I'll just take a quick look.
Vapor Store. Confirmation of your Vapor purchase. Dear at Sid Days, thank you for your purchase of Beagle Netta 3. Attached is your digital receipt. Product ID number 460790. Transaction ID
Hopefully that's not important.
D093004F53T. Total $22.59. To access your downloads, please go to vapor.dog/account/downloads.
Alright, oops.
It's the
Oh, I
purchase
got an
receipt
achievement.
for the game I had fallen asleep playing. Beagle Netta 3.
It says but Portal 3 when. On the achievement. Oh, I need to complete the campaign. I waited 6 years for it.
I glance at the top of my phone screen. There's still a couple of minutes before I absolutely have to head out. I close my emails and open the message app.
Oh, I could send some last words. I have the feeling it will only weaken my resolve. Ooh, okay, so just one last text. The most important dog wouldn't hurt. And there's no need to say goodbye. It would just hurt her. I should go. Ooh. Oh, come on. One last text, right?
Yeah, sure, one last text. The most important dog wouldn't hurt.
Alright. Hey, Q. I love you. Please don't forget me. Ugh. I'll check the spelling one more time. I'm just stalling, so I have an excuse to wimp out and not send the message. I can't bring myself to directly say that I'm leaving now, but I hope she knows what I mean.
With my paw poised on the screen for what seems like forever, I press send. The familiar glass doors welcome me. I scan my fob key and step into the building. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago when I first entered these doors. I had been a fresh recruit, full of hopes and dreams, of making an honest living for myself and contributing to society.
Oh, I'm just here to pick up my stuff and do the paperwork.
I repeat this to myself as I head down the familiar staircase.
Pick up stuff, paperwork. That's it.
Other dogs start to file into the building, and some stop to wish me well on my move to the west coast of Canine Da. Last week, we had a small office celebration in honor of my work and departure from the job, which was heartwarming. It turns my heart to embarrassing goo, so I try not to admit how much I appreciate it. I enter my office, which is separated from the corridor by a metal door and glass wall. I scan my fob again. This is one of the most secure rooms in the building, despite that there isn't much to protect. Inside my office, I take a look at the computer monitors and the well-used keyboard. None of this is personal property, but I'm gonna miss it.
Now, funny enough, my office desk basically looks just like my room at home. I feel guiltier about leaving now that I'm here. Like I'm throwing away all that I've built, all of this.
Surprising as it might be to the general populace, this research facility is responsible for a big portion of the technological innovation in Canine. In fact, the phone that I'm using right now and the associated software was popularized by prototypes created in this very facility. I double-checked the desk drawers again and fill out a form to submit to the Laboratory Resources Department. With all the errands and formalities done, I take my leave for the last time.
Oh, babe.
Oh, Canine Da.
Canine Da.
Oh, Canine Da.
Oh,
As I walk away, I can't help but look back at the building one last time.
No, I'm not gonna read it. It doesn't matter now. I must go. Oh, well, it's cute. He's so totally James Bond. Ow. Sorry. Caught my headset. Do not miss wearing my headset.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Back at home, I get a backpack with some living essentials and, of course, my other set of keys, cards, cash, and a sound that would allow me to get around during my travels. I reach into my shirt and take out my pendant. My pendant from Shiba Island. It has 10 orbs with smaller orbs surrounding them. I've been wearing it all these years, my last connection to Shiba Island. It's a remnant of a lifelong past, and while this pendant means nothing here, so are the essentials in a different land. It's time.
I snap open a compartment in the back of the pendant. A once fluid movement, the clasp feels unfamiliar to me now.
Oh, I have a good stable life here that I earned. I brought myself here. Giving this up means moving backwards. But that also means letting go of the chance to see my brother again. As long as time moves forward, I will move forward too, no matter where I am.
Inside the pendant compartment is a small feather, already glowing now that I have removed its bindings.
What the heck is going on here?
The feather of truth, whose holder can alter reality. Wait, what?
Oh my god!
We're in some sci-fi thing now?
We're in Assassin's Creed, clearly.
I make a wish.
I wish to go back.
Whoa.
Oh, hello.
It feels as if I've just stepped into a sauna. Within seconds, my coat feels heavy with condensation, and I can't read behind an achievement bleep bloop, as if someone just threw a wet blanket on me.
It's really annoying when they bleep bloop all over the text. So I'm here?
I have not moved one muscle since I made my wish to the feather, but these sounds, contrasted with the quietness of my room, give me no doubt that my wish was indeed granted. In addition, these yelps and commotion really alert me to my situation. Shiba Inu scatter in front of me, yapping as if they saw a ghost.
Oh, was it that obvious I appeared out of thin air? This is not good. I can't believe I'm drawing attention already.
I'm in what seems to be an open-air night market. I scan my surroundings, trying to spot a gap or opportunity to make an exit. These barks are different, deep, and booming, a stark contrast to the higher-pitched yaps of the crowd. I look behind me, and it becomes evident why the dogs are scattering, or maybe it's just wishful thinking that I'm not the cause. A Labrador Retriever is bounding around. The Shiba Inu is dwarfed by it in comparison. The crowd is herded towards the opposite direction. I slink around to the side and duck behind a food kiosk. Thanks to the Labrador, this area seems to be deserted. Now that I'm undercover, I sneak my way towards what I hope is an exit.
Sneak, 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 sneak.
After some trial and error through the web of kiosks and seating areas, I emerge onto the main road outside the market.
Sneak.
Hey, this
I'm not on the
way!
screen yet. The voice comes from behind me and I start, my fur rising on end against my will. What the fish fillet? Someone followed me without noticing. The Labrador Retriever from before emerges as a speaker, falling into step beside me. Oh, that was supposed to be a snarl. It just didn't come out right.
I guess this dog should be gruffer. Did you say something?
Oh, that's awesome. I can't do that without like disconnecting my throat. I hope that was menacing enough. What do you want?
Help you, of course. I'll guide you somewhere safe.
What? Who is this dog? I'll just feign ignorance for now. Somewhere safe? I think you've mistaken me for someone else.
I don't want to be rude, but I know you've been away for a long time, so you probably don't even know where you are.
The Labrador's voice is soft,
Oh.
quite a contrast from her towering physique.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm quite used to this height difference in canine art, but seeing her towering over the crowd of Shiba Inus earlier amplifies the difference. What to
Okay,
do?
so her and not booming voice.
It's
I went
soft,
complete.
not necessarily booming. I think it's
Well,
fine.
What, the deep male voice is good for the female Labrador?
Why not?
Okay.
Alright, do we continue to feign ignorance and hope she leaves me alone, or tell her to get away from me?
Why can't we just accept her help?
Yeah, I think possibly feigning ignorance will let me accept her help.
Yeah, that's my thought. Unless you don't want to help get her help.
I don't know, this is getting creepy.
So continue to feign?
Yes, sorry, that was the next line actually. It was.
Oh.
This is getting creepy. It's like she knows who I am. What does she want? Well, I'll just pretend I don't know what she's talking about. I'm not going to reveal any information I might regret. You're not wrong. I'm just trying to get my bearings here, so could you point me towards the closest Mastiff Rapid Transit station? God, what's going on with this accent?
Of course, but before that, I want to ask you some questions.
Oh, okay, never mind. This is getting weird. I should just find the MRT station myself.
I just want to help you, Miss Feather.
Apparently, I'm also a girl. What did you just say? That's not my name. You've definitely mistaken me for someone else.
Sorry, let me try that again. I didn't want to be so direct, but you didn't get the hint.
Could you speak up?
I mean, Sid, bearer of the feather. I want to help you.
Fishbones? She already does know who I am. Okay. You want to help me? You say so, I'll ask you this again. Why don't you start by guiding me to a massive rapid transit station?
I like that it's a mastiff rapid transit station.
Of course it is. Massive. It's a type of dog, right?
Yep. Don't worry, I will. But first, I want you to take this.
She produces from her pockets a wristband of sorts.
It's dangerous to go alone here. Take this.
It's a wrist phone. I'll contact you with it, and you can reach me in turn.
More? Thank you. But why do you think we'll be in contact after this? There's no reason for me to get involved in whatever it is you want.
Well, for one, I guessed it would be troublesome if dogs knew you were back on the island, so I created a diversion.
Oh, that's not reassuring at all. She knows way too much about me. Who the Fishbones is she? I need to learn as much about her as possible.
I know you could really use my help.
You know you've gotten yourself in trouble too, right? You'll probably get arrested for disturbing the peace like you did.
I have a story set up. Plus, I'm a Labrador living on Shiba Inu Island. I'm sure you already know I am constantly in the spotlight.
Ah, I know all too well. But I'm not going to say that. If she doesn't know I lived in the world of Labradors, I'm certainly not going to reveal that to her. Ha! When you put it that way, but like you said, I'm trying to avoid attention. So shouldn't I avoid being associated with you altogether?
She sighs quietly.
I'd hoped it wouldn't come to this, but you need to believe me when I say I want to help you. I can help you find your brother.
That's exactly what the next thing was. Okay. I've heard enough. I'll take it. Dog-downed phone. But if I found out you're any sort of a threat to me, you better watch out.
Of course, I understand.
She offers a paw to me.
Quayle, by the way.
Well, you already knew my name.
We shake paws. The Labrador just smiles mysteriously and gives me detailed directions to the nearest MRT station.
Oh, DG station, huh? I guess that means I appeared kind of far south. Good thing it's in Taipo, though. Can't read the rest of the sentence. Where I need to be. Cool. Okay. Head to the station while the lab heads off her own way. Oh god, I don't like that ceiling. Ugh. So many thoughts are running through my head. The entire encounter still seems unreal. It's something I never could have imagined happening. Gah! Sid, focus. First you need to get to Max's.
Oops, we mistyped that. I forgot a
What
letter.
did you do?
That's how you do that.
There we go. To be fair, if I do... I got a shout out, which I fixed up. Fixed up. Right, I need to get to Max's. I found the MRT station according to the lab's directions. Ah, thank dog, the directions were accurate. Hi, Scruff! Large hovering signs point out directions to various transit lines. Although I've been in the station in the past, it seems much larger than before. The layout having been expanded and rearranged.
I slip out my pendant at the gates, scanning it to pay so it will allow me through. I keep the pendant face down and hope that no one thinks it's strange.
Oh, interesting.
Are those commands actually doing something? Because I don't see anything else coming up after you do
won't.
them.
Nightbot doesn't show up on Restream. They are working.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
It shows up in my Restream chat, just not in Mixer.
Ah. Yeah, because, you know, some people have to do silly things. There's a large interactive display, and I see that there are many more lines than before, basically crisscrossing the entirety of Tai Po and the outer metropolitan area. I place a paw on the destination, and a route draws itself on the digital display from the current station to my paw. Hi, Scruff. I follow the instructions on the correct to the correct platform, and the transit arrives shortly. I love these transitions.
Sometime later!
The ride is smooth, and I emerge up north of the city without incident. It's a quieter residential area. My destination is sandwiched between other similar buildings that were built to be tall and narrow rather than take up the ground level. Approaching the well-memorized address, I feel more and more apprehensive with each step.
A promise is a promise. It's the only place I can go.
There is an intercom panel on the ground floor. Scrolling through the names, I find the correct one.
That's the one.
Taking a deep breath, I tap on it. The doors slide open shortly after I tap on the panel, but there is no further response or communication from it.
Does Max still live here? Yeah, I'm just going with it, Steve. It's an accent. It's close enough to Yorkshire, right? Oh,
So they're siblings, but they have very different accents.
No, Max isn't the brother.
Yeah, I thought that was...
missing.
I thought Max was the brother.
Yes, but the Queen said that she can help us find our brother, but we know where Max lives, so...
True.
Max is also a completely different breed of dog, right?
That's the guess.
Okay, I can go in, but what if it isn't Max that just puts me in?
I hesitate. Less than ideal scenarios running through my head. I take a deep breath.
Stop it. There's only one way to find out.
I step into the open door. The deep breath is killing her.
Yeah.
I step into the open door and onto a lift so small it could only possibly fit one dog. Well, 1 Labrador Retriever, and I can't read because there's something on my screen. 2 Shiba Inus.
Shiba Inus. Oops, I can't help but think about space in terms of Canaan space.
Soundlessly, the lift rises, and I am a bundle of nerves. My stomach churns on nothing.
I really do hope it's Max. The intercom might not have two-way communication. My old residence did, but I can't assume everyone has it even after all these years.
I do still have his number on my old phone, but I wonder if my old phone balance is still valid. Before I can decide whether to attempt calling ahead, the lift comes to a halt.
No other way but forward?
I step out onto the narrow corridor. Doors line the corridor, and I take a look at the order of the numbers before heading in the direction of the number 13.
Unlucky for some.
Just as I raise my paw to knock, the door swings wide open. You!
Max!
Sid!
Glump!
He ushers me in and makes sure the door is closed securely. Look who it is! You're finally back. I've been waiting for this moment all these years.
It really is him! He's here! He's kept his word. I'm so relieved. I'm so happy to see a familiar face. I reach out my paws to embrace him. He obliges, and I eagerly hug him close. He smells like honey and cream, and I notice that under my touch, his coat is sleek and shiny as ever.
Wow.
I'm so happy to see you! Bark, bark! Max just yaps happily, wagging his tail so vigorously that I can feel it moving side to side in my embrace. Aww. Max helps me settle into the place. It's quite cozy, and despite the modern exterior of the building itself, he's decorated his rooms with vintage furniture and flourishes. Yeah, how does he sit on those damn stools?
I don't know.
I get a feeling he's really into the vintage aesthetic. Maybe he's making a comeback on the island now. He shows me his collection of concert billets arranged on the wall. All of musicians that I know of, meaning they go back at least a decade.
Remember Jay Chow Chow?
Oh, of course. I remember when we watched his music videos back then on our flip phones.
The days of 360p, yeah.
And I don't know, Steve. I don't know. It's a really nice apartment compared to Max's old one. I suppose his final ranking allowed him an upgrade. Ooh. Gestures me over to his desk, and as I peer on, he sweeps aside a pile of old records. Then he wiggles under the desk to activate something. There's a hiss, and a panel slides open on the surface of the desk. It's a touchscreen panel, glowing faintly with a green tint. I can see my reflection in it, along with some menu icons, and I cannot make sense out of.
It's a security system. Pretty sophisticated, eh? No one would suspect there would be such a system in an apartment like this. The door is actually secured with hidden bars that can be controlled from here, and there are sensors programmed to detect living matter other than you and me.
Aww. He goes on about the security measures and gadgets, but suddenly I cannot find it in me to focus. Well, I'm really hoping he didn't do all this for my return, but it is the most obvious explanation. Take a deep breath, holding up a paw to signal I want to speak. It takes Max a brief moment to notice, but eventually he stops in the middle of his explanation. Max, I really appreciate your preparations. My throat feels closed up, and I swallow and chew on air to make it possible to continue speaking. I just want to... How do I put this? I just want to reiterate that this could be really dangerous for you. I want you to reconsider it.
Sit.
And I think some dog is following me, and I have no idea what she wants.
Sid! Sid, it's okay. I've always wanted to be able to finally help you. I promised you long ago I would stand by your side even if the world turns against you.
Why would the world turn against Sid? Like, what is going on?
Because she stole this feather, clearly.
And now you need to let me do that, please.
His eyes are warm, and I compose myself. Oh, I can't be weak. I need to be calm so I can make the best decisions for Max and myself. Alright, but I need to tell you about the Labrador I met today. She knows a lot about me. I'll start from the beginning. You know I used a feather to get back to the island. I reappeared in some night market near DG Station. Maximum likelihood estimator. Fair enough. First thing I saw was this huge crowd of dogs all running away from me, so I thought it was, go away, bat! Because they all witnessed my grand appearance or something. I don't even know if I appeared with a light or a poof of smoke or something, but I'm pretty sure I appeared out of thin air. But it turned out there was a Labrador just causing a ruckus, so I sneaked away. Leaky!
Here, Leaky.
And the lab just appeared behind me. She said she made a distraction on purpose because it'd be inconvenient for me to be noticed. She even knows why I'm back on this island. It's very, very unnerving, even to me.
Max nods his head solemnly.
I might have made a mistake, but she gave me her phone and I took it.
I take it out of my pocket and show it to Max. I hadn't put it on yet. He takes it gingerly and examines it from every angle before waving a paw over the central watch face. I've never really looked at a wrist phone up close before and take the opportunity to do so. The circular face, rather than being a screen itself, holds a light source where a hologram is projected from. The hologram functions like a screen of any other electronic device, but is much larger and can be put away at a simple touch. It kind of looks like a fan unfolding and folding back. I angle my body away gradually until I cannot see the contents of the screen. There's some sort of view angle limit, which works great for me.
Oh, sometimes I might be typing or reading questionable material, but even if not, I don't want dogs seeing it. She told me to contact her with this. Do you think I should? I'd probably do it anyway, even if Max doesn't agree with me, but I'm not sure how dangerous it might be. I don't want to compromise this safe house. She did mention my brother, though. I just want to find out what she wants.
Max is still holding the wrist phone, so I hold it close to him to read and use the menu. I hesitantly touch a paw to the screen where it says Messages, and it opens the corresponding app as Max looks on.
It's empty, so maybe it's the contact list.
I scan the interface, but there is no back button. I press the sides of the screen, first left, then right, but it's futile.
Screen swipe!
Left.
Screen swipe!
Right.
Right. Oh, how about tapping it? Okay, maybe sliding up and doing. Nothing? Oh, Max, you've been grinning at me for too long. A little help here?
They opened a doorknob earlier, Leaky.
Yeah, they did open a doorknob.
What we're trying to discover is what kind of world this is, because there's doorknobs, and we're not sure why there would be doorknobs in a dog world. So is this like some post-human world? And then there's some weird sci-fi magic going on, where like there's a feather that allowed Sid to jump between Caninda and Shiba Island.
Yeah.
So
And also
we're not
the
sure.
pendants,
And
which
yes,
just seemed to be some kind of magical thingy. But I was giggling too much at that point.
yep.
So yeah. So but and there's also food porn as well. So you know.
What was the tea? Woolong? A woolong?
a woo long. Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying something out. To see. Though it doesn't seem to do the avatar, so I'm not sure. I don't think Twitch seems to have an avatar in
It
chat,
doesn't.
so-
When I've used it for my races, it'll show your badges. So like if you're a VIP or a Prime subscriber or a Prime member or a subscriber to the channel or a mod, it'll put those badges there. But that's it.
Don't think it works the same. Don't think it works the same. Oh no, there we are. Show the user's avatar. Turn that off. But I don't have a badge option.
Oh right, because you're using it through something else
I'm doing
rather than
StreamJar.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, it's on my overlay.
I forgot. I'm using Chatbox and you're using Stream Overlay, so it would look a little different, or StreamJar stuff. So yeah.
I was gonna say it still does the emojis, so that's fine. There we go. Now it's not got the weird.
Yeah, it would do the emojis, except I'm just putting up Restream Bot every time.
Yeah.
So, but
Well, I think
you know,
Restream Bot still has the emojis. Yeah. Restream Bot still has the emojis. Or
mixer
I've got a
emojis.
See-through arm. Oh yeah, the mixer emojis. It wouldn't.
So what it shows for
See-through arm, I
me
need to fix
is
my color.
Taffy316 happy, Taffy316 happy, Taffy316 happy. Or infinite leaky legs, infinite leaky legs, infinite leaky legs. Or Scruff earlier was what was Scruff's?
Oh, the
Squid 1,
thing.
Squid 2, Squid 3, Squid 2, Squid 4, flip this.
Mr. Blobby!
And that is Taffy316 Blobby.
Actually, I should probably do that on Mixer as well so you can see it. I still got my thingy set up for now.
Infinite Dev. Okay, so you can set up any gesture you want to return to the previous screen, but the default is the face.
Yeah, I need to fix the camera box. I moved the camera closer and now my bounding box is weird.
He taps
Nice,
on the
okay.
wristband face where the hologram is projected from.
Ooh. Alright, let's find this lab's contact information.
Are you sure you want to get in touch with her? Do you trust her?
Only as much as I trust a stranger, really. So, no, I don't trust her that much, but there's a high enough possibility that she has information that could be useful to me. It's an uncertain situation, though, and I'm just guessing at the odds. It seems oddly specific that she knows the main reason I'm back here. The risk may well outweigh the potential gains. Again, with the words potential, possibility, uncertainty, I'm getting deja vu. So cold and calculating. Just the arena training kicking back in.
This arena thing.
It's gotta be some kind of fighting thing, right?
Secret program.
Yeah.
Information on the reason you decided to come back? I snap out of my thoughts as Max starts to speak again. I don't mean to pry, but I'm wondering, what was the reason?
Oh, it was you, Maxie. It was always you. Sorry. You noticed what I said, huh? Well, the truth is, one of the reasons I decided to come back now is to find if my brother is alive.
Your brother? Chun Wen, was it? Right, he disappeared after the last arena.
Yeah, I just have this regret that I didn't even bother finding out what happened. I just up and left.
I understand. I'll help you find out what happened. Wait, so this lab, she said she knows something about him?
She was so certain about it. So while I have no idea of her intentions, she could either be a powerful ally or enemy. Either way, I suppose it's best to contact her so she won't blindside us if she is an enemy. Of course, I leave this up to you. You've taken me in and I don't want her to follow me back here and jeopardize the place.
Like you said, I agree that it's a good idea to contact her in case she comes here looking for you. But first, let's find her contact information on this phone. We go through the apps. There are only the essentials. Not in the contact book either, huh?
He taps on the recent calls and there is a single call history.
All right.
He holds up a paw for a high five! Thanks, Max.
Now you do the honors.
I tap on the call button, and while it rings, Max sets up the phone call to block our camera feed. I'm going to play it safe and not let her get any hints on my surroundings and whereabouts, just in case.
Waiting.
Waiting.
Hello, dog!
That's a hologram!
Hey,
Oh my god, that explains so much about the end of the stream on ID. So I was like, why is the dog see-through? It's a hologram. Sorry, that's been bugging me for like the whole day. Sorry.
Hey,
careful.
good to see that you made it somewhere safe.
Why did you want me to contact you? Why is it like you got a mouse in your mouth? Oh, right.
Like I said, I want to help you.
I'm doing the dog face, right? And how exactly?
Well, as I said, you probably want to stay under the radar. And I, catching Labrador like myself, would be perfect for distracting anyone on your trail, no?
I roll my eyes, making sure she can see my skepticism.
Her?
Well, I agree, you're definitely eye-catching.
Hey.
Corner of my eye. I notice Max trying not to smirk widely. That is not what I meant, but that will make it even more difficult to stay under the radar if anyone on the outside makes a connection between you and me. So based on that, how really could you help me? Oh, nice one, Paul. Also, this is the bit that I walked in on, but it was slightly different dialogue, and I swear they were wearing a different jacket or something. But yeah, I was very confused why they were see-through, so this explains it completely. It's a hologram!
No, it's Obi-Wan Quayle. That's what I was hoping you would tell me, Sid. What actions do you plan to execute? How can I help you achieve it?
I still don't understand her real intentions, but she does seem sincere. I need to carefully consider what I say. Still, since she's offering her help, it wouldn't hurt to have someone to do the risky tasks in my place.
Also, are you alone?
Quayle breaks the silence before I can formulate a sentence. She might have taken my slow response to indicate silent correspondence with someone else.
Oops.
Are we lying or telling the truth?
I don't know. I was checking a different page and I was like, oh, hello. No, I always want to tell the truth in these things.
Okay. No, I'm not alone.
Oh, no, I'm with a friend.
An accomplice?
I don't know, the baring of the teeth just makes me think this is very aggressive.
Yeah. I don't know why I have to put it that way, but I guess you could say that. He's a trustworthy companion helping me.
I didn't expect to have to compete for the position of top henchdog.
Well, as you mentioned, I want to find my brother. Before I tell you my plans, I want to know how you know about my brother.
So you're saying you don't trust me because I have this piece of information? I revealed it to you so you would have incentive to contact me, and I was right, wasn't I?
Oh, she's so smug about having successfully manipulated my actions. Ooh, okay. Reluctantly praise her or make a quip about her smugness?
That's a tough one. I mean, it's a Labrador. Don't you praise Labradors?
I don't know. I mean, you praise all dogs, right? They're good doggos.
Yeah, so we praise the doggo.
Okay, we're praising the doggo. I'm impressed you set me up and predicted my actions so thoroughly.
Quayle grins.
That's
I
the doggo.
imagined that it would be no easy task to get hold of the feather bearer, much less keep her attention. I had to rack my brain and do lots of research off the beaten path.
Oh, well, you've got my attention. But let's get to the point, shall we? How did you figure out the reason that I came back to the island?
Quayle chuckles.
A little patience, please, Sid. The truth is, anyone smart enough could figure out that you'd be interested in finding out the fate of your brother. The arena archives are open to anyone that is patient enough to go through the hoops to get approved for access. It wasn't difficult to find online that your brother disappeared after the final arena, but I also confirmed it from the official records.
Maybe it's like the Hunger Games.
I guess.
Your infamous disappearance happened shortly after that, so I guess that you would have regrets about it.
Alright. It's convincing if not creepy, but like she said, the records of past Elena's are available to public access. Any dog that tries hard enough could put the timeline together and figure it out. Worries me is her understanding of the way I think. Probably means she's researched a lot of other things about my past life. I'd really rather have her as an ally.
So, here is my proposal. If you want more information, I have a lead on what you're seeking, but I'd rather not reveal any more over the call. Meet me at DG Station, the stall where I found you, tomorrow at noon.
A lead?
But with that,
the call is terminated. That was said. Well, what matters is that she says she has a lead. I'll go meet her tomorrow.
Be careful. She does seem sincere, but I really don't know what's in it for her.
Yes, the dog has a lead. I didn't get that until Steve just said that right now. Max, would you like to come with me?
I would like to, but only if you're sure it's best for your plans. I don't want to burden you.
Nonsense, you won't be a burden. I think I will trust her now and let her know about you. Of course, if she tries to threaten you in any way, that trust will be over.
Sid. After that, we quickly plan out the transportation and prepare to sleep. Max insists I take the bed while he sleeps in the living room, and after some protest, I accept.
It's been a really long day. A really, really, really long day. Aww, more puppies. So strange that just this morning I was still in Canada, a canine da with my job and having to work for a living.
I just threw all of that away, and soon enough, I'll find out if all that was worth it. I tucked the wrist phone away into a bag. If Quayle had somehow hacked its camera or mic, I'd rather not have it showing more than what could be seen during our video call.
Good night, Max!
I hear his voice from the living room, which is the room next to mine. Sleep tight, Sid. And with that, I close my eyes, and sleep soon takes over me.
Okay. One sleep after!
These effects are so amazing.
Can we just take a quick pause?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just going to save while I'm here. Alright, tea break! And I'll mute the mic this time.
So quiet. Do 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 do. Shooby doo wah wah wah. Leaky. That's actual leaky, at least mixer leaky.
we have actual leaky back. Doot doot doot! Which won't appear on that because I don't have my mixer. You were singing? Aw. I missed the singing. What were you singing? What were you singing, Jesse?
Nothing really. Just going shooby doo wah wah wah.
Ah.
And Steve, no I.
Oh, yes.
I mean, there is a joke in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know, but Joe and I have a very special relationship. Because
Yes, we're totally in a lesbian relationship.
yes, we are lesbian lovers.
Because someone thought, having not seen Jessie, that because Jessie's a girl's name, clearly. So, yes. Oh, hang on, I've got a really cool emote for that. Drag! I've unlocked a couple of pride emotes. I'm quite cool. They're quite cool. So, yes. Yeah, you have that one as well. Yeah. It's really weird how it works. I'm not quite sure how it works, but
What?
Two, so I'm happy with that. The pride emotes.
If you're in channels when people gift subs or stuff like that, then they give out like free emotes. So like watching other people on Twitch is not a bad idea if they're getting stuff, because then you can get the freebies. Like I've got, I forget what it was, but they had like a big thing with like RPG emotes. And there was this one everybody wanted called like RPG ayaya. Or apparently there's a ton of the Pride ones and the hype trains, yes. So like let me load up Twitch.
From hype trains?
Yeah, if you get a bunch of
Yeah, I don't know.
if you get a bunch of like stuff going on, like subs and bits, you can get a hype train.
Fair enough. I guess I just don't watch enough streams.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're weren't doing that too much. Yeah, I've got 24 stream with Pride emotes.
Oh wow. Well, you see, I was gonna sub to you, and that would have given me one, but somebody gifted it when no one was in stream. You're in tons of streams. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on, so...
That's the thing, I watch some of the
open.
bigger Link to the Past streamers.
Gotcha. Well, maybe if you've got some...
Steve beat me.
25. Fair enough. Maybe I should have some streams open more, but I don't know whether you have to be, like, active in chats and stuff.
You could get I got a gift sub for a stream I wasn't even in, so...
Yeah, I mean, I've got several gift subs, but I didn't get an emote for them. Which is really weird.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I need to set up, that one emote I get.
Cool.
Yeah, we get one emote to start until we start racking up extra, stuff. Or extra sub points.
Fair enough. That is cute. A little unicorn thing.
4 people? Man.
Well, I didn't use Twitch, so I have nothing before a week ago. Except anything that I happened to have unlocked because I went to do... I used to do my Twitch Prime thing when I remembered. So... Yes. In the morning, Max suggests that we go to lunch after the meeting with the lab, to which I agree. Oh, the lab. Ha! She does have a name. Quayle, wasn't it?
Is there no game audio right now?
No, there's very rarely any game audio with this. We get occasional music, but...
Like we agreed
No,
on.
I can hear aeroplane.
Yeah. Max joins me as I head to the meeting with Kuei Li. Again, when I enter the transit station, I scan my pendant face down. I don't want more unwanted attention on my movements if dogs see my full pendant face.
That is, in addition to Kuei Li's totally unwanted attention. Yeah, we are under attack, aren't I?
We emerge from underground at DG Station, which is in the central zone of Taipaw. It's a really busy area, full of businesses and restaurants. The stall where Kuei Li accosted me yesterday isn't far from the station, and we get there a bit earlier than noon, which was our agreed upon meeting time. I don't have much of an appetite, so Max orders IU jelly with lemonade for both of us.
Sounds like there's a thunderstorm, but... yeah. Shortly after, Kuei Li strolls down the lane. It's immediately noticeable such a large dog living on this island where nothing was made to the scale of her size. I fight the urge to chuckle at the thought. I conveniently forgot that the same could be said about me and Canine Da. Those stairs were always hell to climb, not to mention that I could never to reach anything on shelves in stores. She spots and joins me at the table at the same time that Max gets back.
Hi. Who's this?
This is Max, my friend. He's helping me out.
Ah, you must be the accomplice that was there during the phone call yesterday.
Max gives her a distrustful look and just grunts in response. Kuei doesn't appear offended.
Last night, I said I have information. Well, for full disclosure, it's not completely true. I love that face!
I'm gonna alert as the first thought that crosses my mind is that this is a tarp! What she said on the phone was believable enough that I just want to give her the benefit of the doubt. But could she just have played me again?
I mean, I said I have a lead, but it really is just that, a lead. I can't make more sense out of it, but I think you could, Sid.
Ugh, what a prankster, this Labrador. I try to calm down, but something still doesn't seem right about this whole situation. There's nothing glaringly wrong, but maybe it's my ancestral instincts speaking. Logically speaking, hearing Kuei Li out is the best option I have right now. Okay, so this isn't a waste of time after all.
Please, Sid, you couldn't be slightly less rude.
Oh. Stand my ground or apologize.
Apologize?
Go on then, we'll apologize to the good girl. The goodest girl! Wonderful. It took me 12.85 seconds. Slacker.
12.5 seconds.
Fish said you've gone all soft. Apparently apologizing is boring. But I suppose I can apologize. I'm sorry. I sound like freaking Shrek. I'm sorry, donkey.
Good Optimus
August,
Swamp.
I like onions. They got layers. Parfait, Ashley. You mentioned my rudeness when we were on the phone too. I should have taken that for seriously. Yeah, get out of my swamp. Definitely. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to remember that. Thanks.
Most of the time I'm pretty dense, but I occasionally notice when dogs are upset, I guess. That doesn't mean you're off the hook, Kuei Li. I'll decide how much more to trust you after you show me what you have.
I guess I can't gain your trust 100% just like that, hey? Always pragmatic, like your arena performances.
There it is, into the game. Yeah. Hey, no, that's Reese. That's not Marita. That's Reese. Hey, Reese. All right. She's probably laughing internally at how uncomfortable I look. I guess that's evident from my facial expression. But she obliges me and takes out a thick envelope from her bag. She slides it towards me. I gingerly take out the contents. On the top of the stack is a blurred photo. It's printed on a thick and glossy material. From the blurriness and low resolution of the picture, I can tell the camera that this was taken with was quite old, even by the technological standards from before I left the island. What's wrong, Reese? The dog that is the focal point of the picture has a stocky stature and a dark blue shirt on. His coat colour is the exact same as mine. It's him, alright. Chunwei? Chunwen? When was this taken?
It's the last time he was ever seen. He was on the way to find to the final arena. It's the final arena.
Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, 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 bark.
I also managed to get my paws on his transit history.
Yeah, there's a dog in a polo shirt, a sweater, and a jacket. This is a summer with a Shiba Inu. So, yeah. I should probably do the Fraffle at some point. How many people are here?
It was over 10.
12. Oh, actually, it's 15 on there. Okay, so if you want to win a copy of this game today, right now, then please enter !_ for raffle. FRAFFLE in the chat. And then when we've got enough entries... Hang on, it's not doing it. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute! Typical. Right, okay. Because it was a follower raffle, so if you type in Fraffle like that. Yeah, I know, ProStream. In the chat right now, there we go. And whoever it was that did it, I think it was who was it that did it?
Leaky, maybe?
Reese, you need to do it again. Stop typing it multiple times, else you'll get banned.
No, he typed Fraffle, then Yaffle.
Ah, okay, correct. There we go. Okay, so I'll leave it open for now, so if anyone else wants to enter, and then I will draw a winner. There's also that. Yeah, so it's global code, so anyone can redeem it. So yeah, good luck. It's very good odds. But I'm also running a Gleam giveaway. That's for the 2 more codes. But today, you have very, very good odds of getting one shiny new copy of this very cool game with dogs in jumpers. You don't get the Scottish accent though, sadly. That's just me. So yes, cool. So I'll leave that running for a little bit, and then I'll come back to it. Where do we get to? I sift through the contents. Did we do that bit?
I don't think so.
Oh, I sift through the contents of the envelope. Under the printed picture is a thick, stapled stack of what looks like a spreadsheet. Oh, Jesse, it's a spreadsheet.
The print is tiny, with rows and rows of dates so close to each other that I have to hold the paper up to my face to inspect it. Even with a cursory scan of the information, I can tell that 2 stations appear in turn frequently.
Oh, KH station and NJ station, huh?
With an even closer look, I notice that they appear at 9 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon, respectively.
Oh, is that a pattern? Oh, 9 to 5? Is this some kind of joke?
At this point, Kuei Li interjects. It doesn't take any computer to see that there's a very clear pattern.
Yeah, that there's a work schedule where you go 9 to 5 usually. Oh my god. Groundbreaking stuff here.
Yeah, I thought I'd mix up the stream, and because Jesse also had a code, I was like, we need to co-stream this and do the voices. Because it's awesome.
Because we run out of voices when we're by ourselves.
Oh my god, and my voice dies. And I can't do the deep ones, so it's awesome when you get to do the deep ones.
It's just funny that I put the deep one on Quay Lee thinking, oh yeah, big dog, gruff sound, and then it's a female and they say that she has a very soft-spoken voice.
They should say that first, and not so it gives us some idea of how we're reading this.
I mean, at least we guessed right on Sid and Max.
Yeah, we got that the right way around.
Though, I did feed the data through some simple algorithms to double check if there are any anomalies I missed by canine error. It's just NJ station at 9 a.m. and KH station at 5 p.m. every single day since the day after the last arena.
It's odd that it's one station at... Yeah, bracket something. Surely there should be an in and an out, right?
Well, maybe it doesn't... We have something similar with, like, that kind of stuff, and I'm sure you do too, where you can check those two types of things.
Right, and it's the weirdest thing that it's all exactly on the hour. The MRT hardware that captures the pendant scans, does it round up to the hour?
Nope. It's supposed to capture the exact millisecond, or some fraction of a second. It's pretty precise.
This is it. It's an amazing lead given that it's to be believed. It's clearly a manipulated log, and I can't even imagine for what other reason than to be noticed and perhaps even to send a message. This
It's
is
a trap.
Great, Quayle. Yeah, it's a trap. Thanks. I stack the papers together tidily and insert them back into the envelope. Can I take this?
Yeah, certainly. Though for security reasons, I'm not giving you the digital copies. That's all you're getting.
That's fair. Wouldn't want a leak or something? How did you get this information?
I tracked down a source in the Mastiff Rapid Transit Corps. The source was able to download these files for me, as they are not highly classified. Anyone who has basic customer service tier access could get these logs. However, the pattern might indicate that your brother is able to hack or manipulate the transaction logs, which could potentially draw the attention of the Mastiff Rapid Transit Corps. Of course, I convinced the source to keep quiet about this discovery for now.
I wouldn't have put it past him to have hacked his pendant or the transit entity gate to automatically deduct the... Wait! I take out the spreadsheet again and look at the balance column. Silly me, now that I think about it, this might be a clue. Since the beginning of the log, the balance has only been going down linearly, as far as I can tell. A quick graph could confirm that. And on the very first day, the balance was a hefty sum. More than enough to cover expenses for not only transit, but all aspects of a dog's life on the island. Where did he get these tags? Actually, the answer seems obvious. He probably was able to acquire all the currency he desires, somehow. You have to go save the world, do you, Paul? Cool.
Ah yes, the balance is quite the wealthy one, your brother. I did a quick visualization of the data, and it is a straight line going down. The fares are deducted each day, every single day. I didn't notice any anomalies other than the huge sum of tags he could afford to load as balance. That was the extent of what I could observe. You know your brother better than anyone, so I thought that you can make more sense out of this than I could.
Sure, I'll examine it closer at home. Don't feel comfortable doing that here in the open. I gotta say I'm pretty impressed, Quayle. Thank you for doing this. I pack up the files and rise to leave. Max follows suit and stands, despite having said nothing during the whole exchange. He seems to be thinking hard.
Wait a moment. You don't want to plan our next steps?
Well, I was thinking I could tell you what I decide after I browse through these.
Oh, come on. And here I was thinking we'd be collaborating. See, I wanted to go collaborating. As equals.
Are you a Calabrador?
Exactly.
Look, I'm grateful for the information. I really appreciate her efforts and investment in this quest, but I don't want her doing more than is necessary and drawing attention. That is the highest priority. I'd prefer if you don't do anything rash while investigating and only gather information for me after I decide what would be helpful.
You're not hearing me. I've already planned my next step, and I am not going to ask for your permission to carry it out.
Fish sticks? What a stubborn dog. Why fish sticks? It's an old swear word. Alright, what is your next step then?
I was thinking I could try to acquire security footage from those two stations at 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Don't you think that would be valuable?
I guess I can hear her out. That would be valuable, I agree. But how do you plan on doing that? I imagine that security footage requires high clearance, so I don't want you to do something that draws too much attention, you hear?
Don't worry. If I get caught, I'll take all the blame. I'll say that I'm working independently, and you will not be implicated.
You're willing to take the risk all by yourself for this? What's in it for you?
I really do have your best interests at heart. I've given you all of this, and you still don't believe me, do you?
Sorry, I was typing an old message. She sighs, but seems to compose herself quickly.
It's all right. Never mind what I said, but I'll be as careful as I can for you.
I feel a bit guilty. Perhaps I was being too harsh. And what does she mean for me? I don't even know her. Just let me know whatever steps you take, alright? And report all of your progress to me.
Will do.
She rises and slips away from the table, signaling the end of the meeting. Yeah, progress, Tammy!
Catch you next time, Shibs.
Shibs! She nods to me and Max. Later?
See ya, lab.
Quayle nods and without another word, sweeps past us and away into the depths of the market. Oh yeah, I've always known that Twitch can automatically upload VODs to YouTube. That was like one of the things people were complaining about Mixer for ages. But I don't use it because I record my own. So.
Yeah, and if I use other audio or like the copyright stuff that I still have, then I don't want to upload it.
Yeah, because you record different bits. Waiting until she's out of sight, Max and I leave the store as well. My bag feels heavy with the envelope I now have, both literally and figuratively. Oh, yeah, with all the possibilities that it brings. Much as I want to start a closer investigation on the matter right this instant, I'll deal with this later tonight. Max and I are going to lunch!
So is that finally connecting the loop on this?
I think so. Present day, island year 224. I never thought I'd see Hai Feng Hong again. Maybe, really, I just avoided her precisely so I wouldn't see her again, given the way things ended between us.
Oh, Steve, for me it's when I do intro stuff, like I usually play like some actual copyrighted music. But yeah, Joe should be fine.
Oh, mine are fine. It's just that because Mixer kept eating my VODs and then I got the streaming PC, I just would rather upload mine because it's the original.
Plus, there's actually, like, if you have any, like, frame dips, I wonder if those would come through, while the OBS side wouldn't have any of that. OBS should be almost the perfect version of it.
Exactly. There should be no frame drops. Not that I've had any. To be fair, the Twitch stats that I get emailed, it's like 0 frames dropped, and I'm like, ooh, this is shiny. The thought keeps echoing in my head, though I struggle to stop it. It just won't go away. Maybe it's making up for all those years that I haven't had to deal with this issue. Given the way things ended, nothing could have changed about it. Absolutely nothing I could have said to change things. I have nothing to say now, either.
Islandier 208, Arena 9, Day 1. I shift my weight around, trying to get comfortable. Once I find a position that feels right, I hold myself still. My eyes are closed, and I try to relax. It's not a surprise when I feel cold, gurgling moisture under my paws, but I flinch anyway. Thick, freezing gel rises around me, and I take deep breaths. My mask is on properly, and I am breathing.
We will win this arena together. I will do anything I can. Oh, I missed what that said.
I'll do anything so that we can stay together forever.
I'll do anything else so we can stay together forever. I just switched to my stream because it's slightly delayed, so I can see the...
Islandier 208, Arena 9, Day 5. That's a cool effect.
Yeah.
I clamber up the narrow steps, teeth firmly gripping my loot, which is wrapped in a piece of cloth.
It's totally the freaking Hunger Games.
I almost slip as one of the steps shifts under me, and I scrabble with my claws trying to get a foothold in the dirt. The steps are actually roughly cut rocks that some dog had shoved into the dirt of the mountainside. It's an efficient use of the natural resources, but sadly not as safe as urban constructs. Though, since I'm not risking my real life, I shouldn't be too critical. So Arena is a digital Hunger Games?
I don't know. Okay, last chance to enter. Exclamation mark Fraffle in the chat.
I wonder what would happen if I type in Fraffle from my side.
Won't register, it needs to be on Twitch.
Oh yeah, because it would put all the stuff in front.
Of the game.
I'm just trying, thinking out loud here.
Yes, you have to be in my Twitch stream and type exclamation mark Fraffle. F Raffle. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 entries, so pretty good odds. It's an Xbox code, but it is global. So if you own an Xbox and would like to play this game, you've got, I don't know, what, a minute? No, Jesse has to stream on Mixer tonight because of affiliate rules, so that's why.
Yeah, I've been streaming too much, and hit affiliate on Monday night, and as part of affiliate, I can't, there's exclusivity now, where anything I stream on Twitch has to be there first for at least 24 hours, but based on my promotional side with the site where I got the key, Woovit, me streaming on Twitch doesn't qualify for the site, so I needed to stream on Mixer today.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it now. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. It was not leaky. All right, Reese. I'll send you the code on Discord because I don't trust whispers on this thing yet.
But yes, if you're not following me on my move to Mixer yet, here is where you can find me on Twitch. I have the same name.
I don't! Don't rub it in! There we
We'll
go.
probably be racing tonight.
Congratulations, Reese. And I put your name next to the code that I gave you so I don't, like, box it up.
Okay.
Because I tend to box these things up and get them all mixed up. So yeah, so there's also, for anyone that didn't win, there's a giveaway. 2 more chances, ends on the 7th at midnight, just before, it ends at the end of the 7th. Whichever time period that is. So yes, and also Jesse's doing a giveaway for a different game, I and Me.
Also a Radaleka.
Yes, also a Radaleka with a cute little fluffball thingy.
I will say, I said that it's probably my favorite Radaleka, and that's kind of why I wanted to give that one away, because I'm not as big of a visual novel person usually, but out of all of their games, I found that one was probably the most fun I had. Partly because you actually have to play the whole game.
Well, this is why I like the visual novels, because you have to get all of the endings.
True.
But I play them properly, so, you know.
Well, we did that for Strawberry Event, and no, not Strawberry, Maple and the Ultimate Suite.
Yes.
I haven't done Strawberry Vinegar yet.
No. I just thought because I was streaming this, it would be a good idea to have the same code game. Yeah, it gets more promo for the Ratalaika visual novels, and I think they're really cool. Hey! Flex my achievement. I don't know which achievement, but he likes my achievements. Alright, okay, so you feel free to, you should post your giveaway, Jesse. People can enter.
Right.
That was really where I was going with. Jesse also has a giveaway. I did a friendly retweet because it's the US code. And
See,
that's
the other thing.
Around with
yeah, I know.
zones and stuff.
There is ways to redeem codes from US stores onto the others, but I know not everybody tries.
I didn't catch any of that. You roboted again. You said something codes, anyone, something. Wow, that's a long link thingy-majig. Robot sniper, exactly.
It was going so well, and then I guess...
Oh, you're back!
Yeah.
What did you say? Quickly!
I was just saying that the US code only, like, thing, there are ways around it, I know, but since I am purchasing the code myself, you know, you have to be able to know those ways around. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got,
But yes, I haven't set up
generated
my Stream Deck.
Oh, I literally did a command, which was giveaway. That's all I'm hitting, is the button that says giveaway.
Well, that's the thing. I've kind of neglected any of my Twitch or Mixer side of things, really, with the move over.
Yeah, there we go. Leaky with the links.
Thanks, Leaky.
Wherever, Jesse. Yeah, I kind of want to like put all my commands in like a giant folder, but I have to find icons for all of them. But maybe I should do one for some more. I've got my Ray and my Scruff and my Paul and my Elkesh ones and things like that. But yes, I've got little animated icons because I totally stole the Mixer things for my personal use. So I have a little waving cat. I don't know if anyone could actually see that. There's a little waving cat. Oh, is that end? One of the ends has a waving cat. That end has a waving cat. But yeah, it's cute. So yeah. Oh, did I? I didn't just mute myself. Yeah, it's a giant deck. Well, I wanted all the buttons. I just liked all the buttons.
Yeah, why would you buy the small?
Buttons.
Why would you buy the small Stream Deck when the options are the small or the big?
Oh, I have a command for that.
Yeah, the dad joke?
Yeah, I got it working.
By the way, has it worked better with not disconnecting on Twitch?
Huh?
The Stream Deck. Because we had all those issues with like disconnect and having to log in, log out.
No, you still have to do that. I had to do it twice.
Okay.
And it's annoying because it just wouldn't post my command, but it had a green tick over it, and it's like, but you're not posting it. Yes, well, you got nappies delivered, Reese. Or like training pads or something. I forget what it was. Because you got it second hand, which is a reasonable way to get electronic stuff. It's a smaller footprint. A bonus, yes. Yeah. So how are people finding the chat being on stream? I think it works quite well with a visual novel, but I'm not sure how it'll go. Might leave it on for now. I think it's probably nicer because Twitch disappears stuff, though it's not staying on for massively long. Probably change that. If I find whichever setting it is I'm supposed to be changing.
Yeah, there's at least for chat box for Streamlabs, there's like a seconds that you can put to it.
Oh yeah, no, there definitely is. I just didn't know what to set it to. I'm using all but 5 at the moment, and I have a folder full of my old mixer ones. Alright, so it's currently 10, so let's stick it on for like 30 and see if that makes a difference. Because they're going quite quickly, so... Yeah, well I'm just... all I'm doing is I'm using the stream jar overlay for it's an OBS overlay, so I've got my little bar at the bottom, and I've got my little follower goal and no recent subscribers. Yeah, I added that in preemptively. And then I've got the little chat box thing, so it was pretty cool. We'll see. We will see. I mean, this one has it from Restream, so it's got more things on it. But yeah, I'm liking my camera a bit better today, so there we go. Right, shall we continue?
Sure.
Faster. I must get back to her faster.
Facing the final steep step, I sling my precious cargo up before hoisting myself up to a clearing. A bit further in, hidden behind the overgrowth, is my secret hideout. I tread carefully so that it wouldn't disrupt the illusion that no dogs had been around here. I tisk 3 times, just so my faction would know that I'm not an intruder.
Tisk.
There is no response, which is normal. I near a large, thick tangle of branches and leaves. To the unsuspecting dog, there is nothing here. However, I move aside a section of the branches, revealing a small hole that I duck into. Inside, a Shiba Inu comes and stiffs me, and I stand still, allowing him to tug the package from my teeth. I watch him unravel the package and wait while he inspects, prods, and sniffs its contents. Finally, he is done and gives me a nod.
Good news, Fanshu. These are supplies I got. Well, never mind Fanshu. Afen isn't here, so I must hurry to her.
I scoop up the entire bag, not waiting for Fanshu's response. Hastening further inside our plant-enshrouded compound, I approach a blanket-covered figure laying on a bed of carefully layered leaves.
I love the language in these things. I love reading it. It's like a party for my tongue.
I move beside her, carefully not to jostle her, and nudge her cheek with my nose.
Hey, hi Fen.
The pale Shiba Inu looks up at me groggily.
Did you rest well? You still look... I'm much better, really. But I'm glad you got back safe.
I show her the supplies, one of them a bottle of wound-treating solution.
show me your paw? It's much better now, like I said.
She pulls her paw out from under the blanket and shows it to me. As she said, the wound has healed drastically.
Sorry. I'm getting orange drinks now.
Orange drank.
Drink. That doesn't mean you don't need the best care, hey Finn. We can't have anything go wrong at this stage.
I soak a clean cloth with the wound treating solution and take her paw gently.
Sid, wait!
She jerks her paw away, and I'm left holding the cloth over thin air.
What's wrong? I just can't justify using something like this right now. Fanshu didn't tell you, but he got a nasty scratch from a trap yesterday during his rounds. He really needs it more than me.
I try to take her paw again.
You look fine when I came in, and there's more than enough to spare. No! I said I don't want it! God, she looks disturbing.
I stare at her in
Bring a
stunned
nuns out,
silence, her shout ringing in my ears. Finally, I gather myself and stand up.
Alright, I will go help Fanshu with his injury. But can we talk after I'm back? Suit yourself!
I march off, my shoulders stiff, to stop myself from shaking. I had just spent 2 days circling the enemy faction's perimeters, waiting to raid their medical supplies. Of course, I'd also gathered a lot of intel on their strategies and movement patterns. After I talked things out with Heifen, I should call a faction meeting to discuss our plan of attack based on my new information.
I wonder if she's not really ill and she's been faking it and she's a counter-agent or something. It's all kind of, I don't know. Hey, Fanshu!
Sure. I don't know what to go with.
Let's do a high-pitched one or something. Just
Okay.
You've got a different voice.
Hey, Sid! How's Heifen?
Her wound had healed quite nicely and she insists that I use this on you instead.
What? Me? I don't need that. I'm not hurt.
Hey, Fen, said you got injured during your rounds?
On the way in,
The way in,
I
I
hadn't...
Oh, go ahead.
I hadn't noticed him acting like he was injured, but now that I'm standing closer to him, I can see he's holding his body at an angle. It seems like he's trying to only show me the right side of his torso to me.
Turn your other side around.
Really, I'm fine.
I smirk and dash around him, pulling back his shirt.
Whoa.
As Heifen had said, I could see a long gash on the left side of his body. The shirt was slightly bloody as well on that side, an easy giveaway, which explains why he was angling it away from me. It's just good practice not to let weaknesses be easily accessed by another dog, even if we are teammates. I hadn't thought Fanshu to be particularly smart or tactical. Maybe it was just his instinct. Alright, come now. Don't want the solution drying out and going to waste.
I'm fine, but I'm only doing this since Heifen said so.
Finally, Fanshu stands still and allows me to treat his wound. Hey, don't be so prideful. Heifen gave this up so you could stay alive.
I was going to stay alive anyway.
He mumbles before trailing off. At least that's what I think I heard. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you, but I'm not going to say that out loud, of course. On top of not seeming too bright, I've always considered Fanshu to be disposable when we joined this faction.
Ouch.
Surprised me by being one of the last of us remaining. Endure and survive? Once we get rid of this last rival faction, he's going down! That is if he isn't eliminated during...
During what?
the fight anyway. He was a pawn from the start. I never told Heifen those plans directly, but I thought she would have guessed. She will know how I intend to get rid of Fanshu after we have our talk.
Sometime later. In the end, I didn't have the chance to tell Heifen of my plan. I asked her if she'd like to join me on my patrol round so we could talk things over in private away from Fanshu. While Heifen's wound was mostly healed, as she had showed me, she said she didn't feel well enough to be walking outside. Which is fair.
I still can't believe she didn't thank me after all the days I spent getting the medical supplies for her. Oh, excuse me. I get it. She wants us all to survive. I knew she wasn't happy with my decision to leave our base for so long on her account. It was a risky move. What if I had gotten caught? It was selfish of me. Yeah. No, stop it, Sid. You did the right thing to work towards your goal. No, it's for the promise between Heifen and me. We promised we'd both progress to higher arena brackets so we can stay together.
I climbed down a muddy slope, gripping a thick bramble to steady myself. It's the last leg of my patrol. I'll head back soon. Sometime
later.
Scrutinizing the forest and foot of the hill like I do on any other patrol round, I spot some movement from the corner of my eye. I quickly flatten myself, trying to get closer to the sound while finding some taller plants for better cover. Thanks to being on high ground, I now have a good vantage point.
Poor the goodish boy. Poor the goodish boy.
Three Shiba Inus are making their way up the hill that I had climbed earlier in the day. They approach the exact stone steps that lead towards my faction's base.
Oh no! Our faction's not in good shape. Excuse me. And if Heifen doesn't even feel well enough to walk?
I eye the intruders from my hiding spot until they are blocked by some trees. I then emerge, keeping my distance so they don't detect me, while frantically trying to keep them in sight.
Those three are all they have remaining since I eliminated one when I raided their camp. Zenai, Jipai, and Mochi. Zenai is the strongest one of the bunch. She's really fast, and early in the arena I saw that she packs immune bite. I wouldn't wish that upon any dog. Jipai is more like me, less brown, more wit. I recall seeing him planning a lot while I was near their camp. Also, I heard he plotted the siege on one of the large factions, which eliminated most of them. Mochi, he's more of a mystery. He seems pretty quiet and does what he's told. He's probably the most disposable Van Shu on their... He's probably the disposable Van Shu on their team. And come to think of it, he looks quite like Ayu, but without that red tint in his fur. For some reason I feel that it wasn't for the circumstances. I'd like to know him better before having to eliminate him. See if he's really just a meek follower or a schemer like me. But that's impossible now. I'm taking him down along with Zenne and Jipai.
I'll wait for the group to get further away before I tail them once more. They really forced my paw. Maybe I should have called a meeting with Heifen and Fanshu before going on patrol, but I hadn't noticed any signs that the enemy team were planning a move.
Yeah, what did I miss? I watched them so carefully. No time to think about that now. I need to make sure Henfei is safe.
I press downhill towards our base as the other faction is almost there.
I don't know exactly where it is, right? Only the approximate location. Right?
My heart sinks as they prod around the entrance, quickly finding the hollow covered by undergrowth.
Fish sticks! How did they find it so quickly? No, that's not right. They didn't find it. They must have known. See, I told you she was a traitor! Oh, it must have been Olen, a previous member of my faction. She was eliminated when on a patrol nearby. Since nothing happened after her elimination, I assume she didn't reveal anything. Perhaps they did press Olen for information. It's just that they waited till now to take action. If only I could sneak into one Heifen.
Unfortunately, there is only the one entrance to our base. We made sure of that. It would take too much time for me to dig a tunnel now, given the circumstances, and would make too much noise. The only course of action is to head in after them. I peek in, and seeing that the coast is clear, wiggle my way inside. The front area, where I was previously stopped by Fan Shu is on sentry duty, is deserted. There is muffled talking coming from where Hei Fen was resting. I hasten up to it, peeking through a hole in the foliage. The enemy faction is tying up Hei Fen and Fan Shu. It takes a painful amount of willpower not to charge in right then, but I remind myself that brawn is not my advantage. I need to be patient and suss out the situation. There's a fine balance between being too cautious or risking a move to secure my faction's safety. If I succeed in freeing them, they'll be able to help me. But if I fail, I'll be failing my promise to Hei Fen. It is strange that my faction was caught so quickly and easily, given I entered our base only shortly after them.
Stupid Fan Shu, what was he doing? The sentry didn't even put up resistance.
Suddenly, one of the enemy faction barks out loud.
Bark, 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 bark. Sid, you're there, aren't you?
Woo! I would have just turned tail and left, and not for Hei Fen being tied up.
Come on now! If you don't show yourselves in 5 seconds, I'm going to eliminate your whole team. I have them here, as you clearly see.
I grudgingly reveal myself.
These two? Walk.
The second I do, Zenai advances towards me, pushing the tied-up Hei Fen and Fan Shu. The other enemies, Jipai and Mochi, follow suit, approaching me.
Let them go, I surrender, you can eliminate me. That's not how it works, Sid.
Zenai sneers.
I've heard a lot about how you make this kind of bluff and somehow end up eliminating a bunch of dogs. You're going to walk in front here and make no sudden movements.
I try to glance at Hei Fen without being too obvious. She didn't seem worse for wear, thank goodness. It is a bad choice I'm making, but I sit down in the middle of the cave, a little distance away from Zenai, and offer my front paws.
Tie me up and let the others go. Once they are safe, eliminate me as you wish.
My hope is that they rally and come save me, which is a riskier plan than what I usually tolerate. I prefer to be in control and not leave outcomes variables to other dogs' actions. However, at this stage, I trust Hei Fen to get us out of here. Even though we had a bit of a rough spot, this seems to be the only strategy that doesn't completely suck. Zenai interrupts my scheming.
That would be a really good deal. Had your faction not already offered it? Huh? What are you talking about? Your life for theirs, that's what they agreed to. What? No way, you're bluffing. No, you think we just waltzed up here without that deal secured? Hei Fen, Fan Shu, they both agreed to it before we came. Huh? Yep, they went behind your back, if that's what you're having difficulty grasping. No! It's true. We need to renegotiate. Let me and Hei Fen go. He's telling the truth! Fan Shu? Oh, hang on, that's a different person. You should probably do that voice.
He's telling the truth!
Fan Shu!
I knew it! I knew you were planning to off me at some point! What you just said only confirms it.
I was planning on coming back for you, Fan Shu. Everything is unraveling. What should I do?
I turn tail and dash towards the entrance.
Even if they made this deal, they'd have to catch me first.
But they anticipated my move to escape. Jipai, who is close to the door, runs toward me and knocks me flying. Winded, I see Fan Shu shake loose his bindings, and so does Hei Fen.
So it was true, they just pretended to be caught. I'll fend for myself and ask questions later. I cannot be eliminated.
I leap back on my feet just in time to see Jipai lunging towards me.
Get her! That filthy white dot!
I'm stunned for a moment, almost leaving me no time to react to my immediate threats. I sidestep Jipai and run towards Hei Fen.
What did you just say? You heard what I said, you're a white dot, and white dots must be eliminated. That sounds fairly, like, mad. Ooh!
From the corner of my eye, I see the third enemy, Mochi, charging into Zenai, sending her flying.
Mochi, you're betraying us?
I take the chance to barrel towards the cave exit. However, Jipe guards the exit and menacingly advances on me. Zenai bounds up to Mochi, swiping at him.
Dog, Mochi, he created a diversion to me. For me, I own one. I'll ally with him should the chance arise.
I feint to swipe at Jipai. Cautiously, he dodges.
Now's my chance.
I dash out into the clearing and race downhill, my claws tearing into the stone steps. Now in the forest, I glance back and see all of them fast on my tail. It is Fanshu that gets me, biting hard on my tail and throwing me onto the ground.
Ow! I should have gotten rid of him earlier.
You were disillusioned
You're
all along.
Oh, hang on. Can't remember which of us did that voice, but then go ahead.
It's Heifen and me that will proceed to the next arena together.
Oh yeah, it is Fanshu. You?
A snarl escapes me and I take a huge swipe at him. It rips through his eye and I am able to pin him down. It would be so easy to eliminate him by crushing his pennant at this moment, but rage seems to be speaking, taking over my mind. Against all judgment, I swipe again on his fallen form. Crimson splatters all over me.
Hi, Karen. This is called A Summer with the Shiba Inu. It's a visual novel published by Ratalaika Games and developed by Quill Games. It is basically very adorable and totally bewildering, and we still haven't quite figured out what's going on, but
Yeah, we're
having
definitely
fun.
in the dark here.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. It's all a simulated reality anyway. Huh. I have no time left to spare and leave him there, continuing my frantic escape outside down the hill.
Whoop.
Yes! I get to see my terrible or hear my terrible accents. Do apologise for the terrible accents. Sometime later.
Whoop.
I finally lost them. Completely betrayed by my own faction, I managed to find a hiding space. It was a miracle I wasn't hurt much, even there were so many dogs against me.
Whoop. In our next encounter, I discover that they are wary of me. The reason is that, while eliminated dogs usually disappear, Fanshu did not. He just lay there, as if dead. Which is a preposterous reason to fear me, because everyone knows that this is just an emulated version of reality. An emulated version created so that reality can be reallocated amongst the dogs of the island. This allocation is based on ranking, and therefore how good a dog is. It could be said that the ranking based on these arenas maintains the social order.
Yes, that is the link to the game. It is, yeah. So, what? Reality?
And it is in my best interest to ensure that I have the highest ranking possible. I will fight tooth and claw for it, because only then can I gain freedom from my white spot status. I learned that Mochi has the same idea. The reason that he defended me was because he too is a white dot. We ally together and eliminate the rest of them. He says I saved his life, which I don't really understand, but maybe I unknowingly eliminated someone that would have eliminated him. No, this version of Arena is definitely real, and you actually killed Fanshu.
Shit.
These arena fights get so messy, it makes sense if I don't remember the specific incident, so I don't press the issue. He proposes that I eliminate him, to which I agree. Present day, Islandeer 224.
Now thinking back, the nights after that arena, I was plagued with nightmares. Fanshu's dead body in the real world, being taken out on a stretcher. Of course, as per the rules of the arena, I got a hefty ranking raise as the winner. I was showered with attention and glory by the press, being one of the few dogs to be the winner of consecutive arenas. Sometimes during my nightmares I thought, if this is the reality that I'm being allocated, do I really want it? My feelings for Hei Fen were the reason for all of my actions in the arena, yet I lost it all. The rumours that I am a white dot were neither confirmed nor denied. Any qualms dogs had about that aspect of me were overshadowed by fear of my new ranking. White dot
Oh, good,
is a
finally.
term for the research refers to dogs born with abnormal dots on their fur. Reason I am technically one is that I have some white dots on my back where the full fur isn't fully the same colour. Honestly, I don't understand what the big deal is, though I carefully hide the fact to make sure my clothing covers all the dots. Just one of those absurd ways Shiba Inus love to look down on one another, apart from the arena rankings. I'm streaming the anti-Fortnite, fair enough. Several months after that arena... Oh, that screeching noise! I had pushed aside the memories and barely thought or felt about it anymore. I hypnotized myself into thinking that it was for the best, and the self-hypnosis worked. There was the next arena to look forward to after all, and I was not going to break my winning streak. I vowed to stand at the end of the final arena and look down on all the island as the new bearer of the Feather of Truth. That was 16 years ago. I fight not to think about Arena 9, but truth is, deep in my mind, every single detail I remember vividly. Cave where Hei Fen and I promised to come out of the arena together. The forest where I struck down so many dogs. I hunted down every single one of them. I was utterly manipulated by Hei Fen, that is what I came to believe. But whenever I try to figure out how I didn't see any warning signs, my mind just comes up with the explanation that her promise to me really had been genuine. Be it circumstance or just karma, I hated her, yet still loved her. And that was 16 years ago. So why am I back here? In this same forest. Oh, dog. The sounds, the smells. I can't logically believe it, but my instincts are telling me that this is the one and the same forest where Arena 9 was set in. What do I do?
Lacking any real alternative, I walk forward aimlessly. The foliage is soft against my paw pads.
Paw pads! It makes sense that Hei Fen is somewhere in this arena as well, since she was the one that re-challenged me.
But are any of the other contestants? Sometime later. I scan my surroundings. I had made my way to higher ground so that I could figure out where I am in the arena. I can see a stream flowing through the forest. I recall that Max's camp was downstream while my camp was upstream.
Oh, Max is Mochi, then, I guess.
I don't know.
Of course. Because isn't that what the scary lady dog called him? Hei Fen. Didn't she call him Mochi?
Yeah, you're right.
If only I could see more of the stream. Stream? The trees are blocking where it flows beyond a certain point. It's hard to recognize specific parts of the forest. Everything is like a blur of green. But it's okay. It won't matter whether I reach my camp or Max's camp first. Whatever this arena wants from me, I'm sure I can deal with it. Plus, I'm much more experienced now.
Giving myself pup talks, I carry on. Sorry, I thought that was better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My heart rate doesn't seem to be slowing down despite my efforts to cheer myself up.
Excuse me. One sleep later. Yeah, 224. Arena 9, day 2. Russell.
I'm startled awake, ears twitching in every direction to listen. It's quiet.
Maybe just the wind?
My nerves have not calmed despite my best efforts.
I don't know how I was so good at the arenas. Clearly I'm out of practice. The more nervous you are and the more you care, the worse you do.
Something collides into me from the side. I'm thrown into the air, flying in an arc, almost in slow motion. From the corner of my eye, I see...
Oh, Len?
I steady myself, eyeing Olen wearily, afraid she'll attack me again. But Olen ignores me and scrambles away. Then from the trees burst 2 dogs, one after another. They go straight for Olen, who barks and races off. But the pursuers are faster and pounce clean on her. I try to slink away, but can't help looking at Olen dissolving.
She's gone and I need to get out of here.
The attackers glance in my direction, and I flinch.
Oh no, isn't that Jipai and Zenai?
Jipai stares at me for a split second more, as if wanting to say something. Then he dashes off. Zenai follows suit.
What is going on? Whoa!
Such cool
Transition.
effects. Instead of heading straight in the direction of the stream near my faction's base camp, I take a detour.
Since Jipai had been heading in that direction as well, he could set up an ambush. An ambush? An ambush.
It'll take me longer to get to the base camp due to this detour, but I don't want to risk facing and fighting Jipai right now. It's been nagging away at me for a while now. How exactly does this arena work? As I can see, dogs are still to be eliminated, as I saw Jipai do to Olen. But
But was that a reenactment of the past, or what? In Arena 09, Olen was in my faction and was eliminated when she was tracked down Max's faction. That much I know. But I wasn't there to see it, so I don't know if that's exactly what happened. Yeah, finally did the command! I set that up last week. I didn't even know exactly which day she was eliminated, because we'd only become certain after several days had passed and she hadn't returned. I remember thinking she might have been the one that leaked her hideout location. Jipai could have gotten that information. Regardless of what they did in the past, and if what I saw now is the same as the past. The fact that these 2 dogs are here. What are you saying?
what?
Oh, I thought you were saying something.
No.
Could that mean that the real Jipai and Olen are in this re-challenge too?
Just realized my title was wrong for the stream.
Oh.
The word the.
Misspelled Shiba Inu.
No, I forgot the word the.
I just copied and pasted it from a competition, which I copied and pasted from the game, I think. So I'm hoping it's right. I've just been copying and pasting it all over the place. Oh, I just got a new notification of something. Oh my god, I just got... Why do people keep gifting me, like, things all the places? Oh, I got more Pride stuff. And... Whoa! This is a really pretty game. Sorry. So I took advice and opened up a whole bunch of channels of people that were streaming, and yeah, I just got randomly gifted a sub in one of them. That's really cool! Right, yeah, sorry, yeah, present day 3, right, well, cool, what's next? Strob. Streamer called Strob. With no vowels. STRWB. And they're an ex-Mictor person. So yeah. So yes, cool. Did you read more? I was
No.
distracted.
It's been all Sid.
Oh. Right. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen. Gotcha. If dogs like G-Pie and Olen are participating here in this arena for the challenge, then maybe it's dogs that opt in that are here. That would explain why I haven't seen any other dogs. Or maybe they were already eliminated. Since I haven't done any eliminating, who else could have eliminated so many dogs? Not Heifen, that's for sure.
Are you waiting for me?
Yes, the landscape turns. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed you were on the same page. Sorry. The delay is annoying me, and I don't know whether you're delayed or not, so it's weird.
The landscape turns more familiar as I near the stream I had seen during the first day. I had patrolled this area many times before. This was the outskirts of my faction's patrol route. Oh, that's the problem. I was behind. Nothing. I apparently didn't go forward enough screens. Muscle memory guides me as I make my way uphill. It gets more and more difficult to suppress the memories of what had happened in Arena 9. I want to turn tail and run, but self-preservation keeps me from doing anything rash. I want to get this arena over with.
Oh, sorry, right. To think I believe that I've left my arena days in the past for good. After that disaster with Heifen and Van Shu backstabbing me, I found Zenai and G-Pie a couple of days later. I eliminated them and it felt so good. No, Sid, stop that. I might have enjoyed the thrill of the competition at the time, but I have changed. I left and went to Canine Dar. I've become a kinder dog. I wonder how Heifen was eliminated back then. It was either Zenai or G-Pie that did that before Max and I found them.
And it couldn't have been Fan Shu because...
But never mind. I wonder if it'd be me and Heifen left. Could I have dealt to the final blow? How would I have reacted emotionally if I'd had to face a one-on-one? Oh, crap. Wrong as it sounds, I'm secretly grateful that... Oh god, I just missed it. Zenai and
G-Pie saved me the trouble of dealing with Heifen again.
Yeah, saved me the trouble of dealing with Heifen again. I clicked too much, and I don't know if there's a back button. There was a back button on the other one, but not on this one, I think. Oh, hang on, log.
There's a show log button.
There is. Yeah, there we go. Wrong as it sounds, I'm secretly grateful that Zenai and G-Pie saved me the trouble of dealing with Heifen again.
I near the cave, slowing my pace to a crawl as I try not to make any sound.
Ooh, there it is.
The cave entrance, so familiar to me, yet so eerie to see again. I have a strange urge to go inside, as if it were a museum that stored my memories in a pristine state before everything went to pieces. But I shake my head, tearing my eyes away. I circle around to the side to find a hiding place, listening carefully in case anyone comes.
I should be careful. I really don't think a re-challenge is supposed to make contestants friendlier towards me than the first time around. Whee! Several hours later. Woo!
I shift around in my hiding place. It's been quiet since I started camping out.
I guess if there's no activity by tomorrow, I'll just go inside the cave. Yeah, 224, Arena 9, day 4. Ooh, that was shiny.
I jolt upright.
What? What? I fell asleep?
Spit it out, Fanshu.
Oh. Huh? Fanshu?
I poke my head out as much as I can. It is him.
I swear it's him. Red in wraps. It's all a simulation anyway, it's fake. A lifeless body taken away on a stretcher. Dogs muttering as we exit the RE Simulator Center.
She's a killer. She'll kill you in the arenas. Better not be in the same bracket as her. And did you hear? She's a white dot. One of the contestants in that Arena 9 says she saw it. Shh. Don't want to get killed. It's Fanshu. Moving, talking. How is he here? What is this? Could he still be alive? Or can the dead participate in arenas? Tell me now, you hear? I try to get a closer look at who Fanshu is talking to, but they are shrouded by the foliage of the cave entrance.
No, 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 no!
It's all I can do to stop myself from screaming. The larger dog swipes Fanshu, and Fanshu falls yelping. Fanshu shields his side from me as I try to offer him the healing solution that Hey Fen rejected.
Faction has been nothing but trouble. Why should I believe you?
I'm serious. Sid's not here.
She eliminated Fen Yuan. I'm sure of it.
No, you're wrong. Hey Fen and I did that.
Oh. What? I did eliminate that dog Fen Yuan in the past. But I didn't eliminate any dogs this time. Alright then, though I swear it was Sid.
I know what you mean. I thought Sid was in our faction, but Hey Fen says it's just mind playing tricks. Oh, my mind playing tricks. And for some reason, I heard about her raiding your faction for medical supplies. But she's not working with us.
We do have some supplies that are valuable, but I don't recall anyone trying to steal them. But since you know about these supplies, you're not convincing me that Sid's not working with you.
The dog stomps and Fanshu flinches. There's something weird about Sid. I keep thinking I've seen her when I haven't. I keep telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. She hasn't been here.
Now that you mention it, I do recall seeing her some days ago, but I must have been imagining it too. That would mean she was in two places at once. Doesn't make sense. You're right. Fine, then, what did you make me come all this way to tell me?
I propose that we team up.
Are you kidding me?
The dog that Fanshu is talking to kicks him. Fanshu whines, and the other dog moves, and finally I can see it. It's Zen.
That's Zenai.
Serious. We want to find Sid and eliminate her.
Whether Fanshu is alive or dead, I still need to make sure I survive this. And why do we need to team up for that?
You've heard of how she's ranked in the past, no?
Well, I know she's a threat, but so am I.
I don't disagree, but Hey Fen said she knew Sid before this arena. Sid's gotten the top spot in every single arena she's ever been in.
Go Sid. I didn't know that. Well, if Hitman is so worried about Sid, then why did she go find Sid herself?
Like I said, Sid's too dangerous. But here's our proposal. Sid is a white dot, and Hey Fen will be the bait.
Ha 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 ha. Now that makes a lot of sense.
I shrink instinctively, my face burning red with embarrassment, even though I don't think they can see me.
Why won't they just let me live?
Hey Fen will be
Yes,
back
the Hunger
soon,
Games.
and we'll discuss the details if you stick around.
I let myself be in a 2 versus 1 situation. No thanks.
Fine, I'll tell you the plan, and you get your faction to follow it. You and your faction come here tomorrow at noon. The entrance to our cave is here. Wait for Sid to show up, and then pretend to capture me and Hey Fen.
Alright, it's a deal.
She rises and heads off downhill. Fan Shu pushes aside the brambles hiding the cave and disappears within.
What a load of trouble. Sometime later.
I'm still camping in the same spot when I hear some steps approaching from the stone path.
It's her?
I watch as she disappears into the cave.
Are they going to set the ambush?
It's an ambush that I remember very clearly from the past Arena 9. I fell for it, collar, leash, and clasp.
I don't know what they're thinking, though I definitely wouldn't fall for it this time around.
Feeling silly, but having no better course of action, I continue to camp outside.
Sometime later.
Around midday, the 2 dogs emerge. Hey Fen, looking agitated, paces around the clearing. Fan Shu stands near the cave exit, eating something.
Everything is in place, but where on earth is Sid?
Don't worry, once we have the other faction's help, we can find her.
Oh, right.
Hey Fen whips around and glares at Fan Shu.
Fenshu, forget that deal. When Zenai's faction comes here, we're going to eliminate them.
Wait, but you just said yesterday.
The plan's changed, Fenshu.
Her expression softens and she approaches him.
I'm sorry. It's been so long since I've seen you. Why am I speaking like this to you?
She shakes her head.
Is this some kind of reenactment?
I don't know.
When Zenai and company arrive, we are going to catch and eliminate them. Maybe there's some kind of time travel stuff involved.
But it's 3 versus 2. Are we going to be okay? Hey Fen touches Fan Shu's face with a paw.
Look, Fanshu, I'm no longer the same dog you know. I'll take care of him. Sometime later.
Muffled voices catch my attention, and as they grow louder, I am not surprised to recognize them as belonging to Zenai, Jipai, and Mochi.
Mochi!
Instinctively, I tense and scan for places to run.
Relax, just wait. Sure, there are safer places for me to be right now, but I need to stay put and see what happens.
The trio approach the cave from the stone steps, like how I had witnessed in the past. They prod around the entrance and lift away the foliage hiding it.
What do I do, New? If all goes according to him, Hey Fen's, Kyoki plan, then those 3 will be
Keikaku?
eliminated. I don't know, there's a line through it.
Yeah.
Hey Fen's plan, then these 3 will be eliminated. And then what? Hey Fen's trying to find me, that I heard from Fanshu and Zenai's conversation. So should I bother sticking around to see what happens? Right now, all these 5 dogs are occupied, it's my opportunity to set up an ambush. Fittingly, a good location to do that would be the forest clearing where I have first eliminated Fanshu. What do? Head to the forest to set up an ambush, or follow the enemies inside the cave to observe their actions. Ambush! Ambush!
We're going with the first one?
Ambush! Yeah.
Okay. I softly move from my hiding spot to the stone steps, keeping an eye on the cave entrance in case anyone comes out.
First, I'm going to leave a thick trail.
I trample some of the foliage and leave some paw prints, purposely directed downhill.
Now I've got to get to the forest with enough time to set up an ambush.
Once I've made it far enough, I start jumping down the steps 2 by 2. At the foot of the hill, I leave some more paw prints heading further into the forest. I now double back, making sure to tread lightly, and hide on a small bank overlooking the path.
You know what they say? As long as you're crouching, the enemy will never hear you. They'll never see you. Just press C. Not gonna see. They don't come by after a while. I have to go back up to the cave to see what happened. It'd be great if they all eliminated each other. That would save me so much trouble. Some moments later. Felix! We lost him!
Hey Fen and Fan Shu poke around near one of the fake tracks I had left, a distance off. I perk my ears, trying to listen in.
At least we got the other two.
Yes, but how have you suddenly gained so much on us? Oh, thank you for the follow. I think that says Lester. Lester 74 Inc.
Hey Fen looks around, quickly
it's so much
jogging
nice.
to follow more of my fake paw prints.
Keep going, just a little bit further.
They're almost below where I'm hiding. If they go a bit further, then I can catch them unaware from behind. The two of them continue down the path, and I prepare myself to follow them. Hey Fen starts running back right up to the bank towards me.
Uh-oh, cheerio. Stay put or run. What to do, what to do? You get to choose, because I chose ambush.
Let's stay put. Maybe she's just, trying to intimidate? I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I think if you run, she's definitely going to see us.
Right. I'm just wondering if
I think stay put, I agree.
Okay.
But if we say run, I can use the run command.
Stay put.
Stay put. Okay. She doesn't know I'm here. Maybe something caught her eye. She'll turn back anytime now.
It's too late. She's too close. With no other choice, I leap up and run down the bank. On the forest path, Hey Fen and Fan Shu corner me.
Hey, Fan Shu, aren't we on the same faction? You're not following the plan?
Yes, we are on the same faction, but...
How dare you!
Hey Fen lunges at me.
You're a monster! No, what are you talking about? He's not even real. Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Gotcha. Max
or
from...
Mochi, as he was called at the time, jumps on Hey Fan. Pounce on Fan Shu while Hey Fan is distracted. Since I already know Fan Shu has a wound on his side, I immediately swipe it, giving it all the swing that I got. He falls immediately, howling.
Aw, poor Fan Shu.
Ha ha ha. Hey Fan strikes Mochi. No, Max! Max! Sorry, I couldn't save you this time around, old friend. I don't think you're real here.
Hey Fen turns, starting when she sees Fan Shu in pain. I don't make a move to eliminate Fan Shu while he's down, instead standing still and facing Hey Fen.
Look, I didn't mean to kill him in the past. What's the point of telling me this all these years after? Can't change the fact that you killed him. I'm not denying that.
Who did you kill? Hey, Fen and I both ignore him.
I'm not naive enough to know that if you didn't kill him now, that he'd be alive again. Hang on. I'm not naive enough to think that if you don't kill him now, that he'd be alive again. Huh? Who knows? Maybe the feather can revive dead dogs. I haven't tried, but to be honest with myself, I doubt it. But I told you that if you lose this arena, the feather goes to me, remember? Why don't you eliminate him now? I need to have every edge over Hayfen, plus sparing him now isn't going to undo his death. I'm afraid that I'll accidentally kill him again, to be honest. I mean, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think I'll go with the second one.
Cool. I won't. I'm afraid I'll accidentally kill him again, to be honest.
I stand still, making no move to back my statement.
So you didn't just kill him in cold blood? I thought it was obvious. I suppose you've had a grudge about it for all these years.
I take her silence as a yes.
Ha! So very you. So very me, you would know.
Hey Fen's voice lacks the bitterness I was expecting. She makes a sudden movement, and I instinctively flatten my body on alert. But to my surprise, she steps up to Fen Shu's fallen form with a menacing stance. She puts a paw on his form, ignoring his whimper, and steps down.
Oh wow, I didn't expect that. I did not expect that at all. Tell me, how much more have you changed? Sid, I'm not in the mood for jokes. You can stop the jokes by eliminating me.
Hey Fen doesn't respond, instead turning tail and dashing off. Without a second thought, I give chase, my claws kicking up the dirt. I had always been faster than her, and catch up with her within 10 meters.
Bite her or tackle her?
I would say tackle.
Tackle! Throw her down on the ground by her neck, ready to hold her down with my forelegs. She rolls to the side and I miss. The movements aren't fast enough to put distance between us, and I fling myself on her again. This time I managed to pin her down proper. You never had to fight in the real world, have you? It's not even about brute force like I'd always believed, especially when you try to play wrestle with dogs twice your size. It's about being able to let go of rationality, doing what the other wouldn't expect. You don't know how I've changed, and probably are basing your expectations off how I've acted in the past. So damn easy to eliminate you.
I'm just ranting at the moment. I'm aware. I can't stop it. The misunderstandings festering over 15 years just overflowing, spilling out of me. Hey Fen is struggling against me and is putting up a good effort too. I don't have time to waste. Ask her about her true opinion of me through all these years. Attempt to sort out some misunderstandings before fighting. Just eliminate her now with guarantee. Don't waste time.
Ugh. I don't know. Can we think about it while I have a quick tea break?
Sure.
Okay, tea break! I mean, I have a feeling that if we eliminate him now, maybe we'll get an ending.
I
So
gotta
you have been
think
doing
we're
this for
close to
3
one.
hours.
Yeah, I would figure we're close to an ending at this point.
But it also might be slightly anticlimactic if we just get an ending and then it's like, but we don't know what happened. Are we still gonna find his brother?
I have no idea. And that's my only problem is, like, I feel like we're close to the end, but...
Yeah.
I was thinking the middle option, honestly.
Misunderstandings?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for the middle one.
For good measure, I bite down on her neck again. That's not the response I was expecting. In my zealousness, my muscle memory fails me. I feel my teeth pierce her skin. She winces as I press down, deepening the wound, but not by more.
I was definitely not allowed in the past Salinas. At this point, the reality emulation program should have immediately broadcast as a warning for my first transgression. Hey Finn, look, I really wanted to tell you how I feel before all ends again.
Even as the words leave my mouth, I feel like a fraud.
Thanks for the host IP. Injuring her like this it probably isn't helping to around her perception that I'm a monster. I just want to have a chance to admit my wrongs, since I was never able to. Her opinion of me was already so solidified.
She just glares at me, partially in pain and partially as if she can't believe that I have the audacity to bring up the topic, especially in this situation.
You can stop right there, no matter what you're going to say, you're disgusting.
She starts flailing again against my hold, but thankfully her efforts are weaker than before due to the pain.
Sorry, hey Finn, I have to do it. Just give me a moment, please. Oh, you're offline again. It's not about fast
okay.
you, it's about the way I treated you. I'm sorry I assumed everything on your behalf. I should have respected and listened to what you had to say. I only listened to myself and ignored your ideas and agency, all the while thinking I was doing everything for you.
I feel her stop struggling underneath me, but she's listening.
I guess that's why our entire alliance was so harmful to you. In the past, I thought I was doing the right thing. I realised I was only controlling you. And now I understand why you chose to conspire with Friend Shu instead.
Hey, Fen is quiet. Then she nods weakly.
You know what? I'm glad that you realise that. Oh, hang on. You know what? I'm glad that you realise that. Let's just end this. Eliminate me. You have the upper part. Ah, sure. But yeah, if I could, I would let you win like I promised you last time. This time, I just really, really need to keep the feather, okay?
And with that, I feel down her torso with my paws. Ooh la la. Her eyes are on me, but she doesn't resist. I find her hidden pendant and crush it. I'm back in this body.
Yeah.
So tired of this body, cumbersome and heavy. My
Baked
body's
and
so
shoot.
heavy
You survived your Ringman 7.
and leaning on another dog. I can barely make out that it's Max.
Thanks for keeping me safe, Mochi.
Max rests me in his bed, and I can only sink into the sheets, lacking the strength to pull them up higher to my chin. One sleep later.
One sleep later. It's the morning after the arena. I'm snug in the blankets and Max is nowhere to be seen. He probably went off to work. My body just feels lethargic, all enemy sapped from all energy? Energy, not enemy. Ugh, I think I just fainted after the arena. Ooh, hello.
Mad Max. Okay. Hey Sid. Hey Fen just texted me.
Ah, why would she do that and how?
Before I brought you home, she told me she wanted to tell you...
Something?
I gave her something, I guess. I gave her my phone number.
Ah, okay. What did she say?
She said meet at the Central Zone at 4 p.m. No tricks this time or arena, I promise, she said.
I don't know if I believe that.
She seemed sincere, though. She said it was related to what you said to her in the arena.
Interesting. Alright then, I guess I could try meeting with her.
I heard my wrist phone interface.
I'll go meet her just to see what it's about.
In the end,
In the end, I met her with Hey Fen at the time and place she had texted Max to relate me. She apologised to me, saying she'd also been in the wrong. She said while she genuinely had wanted a shot at conquering my feather bearer status, she had lost the arenas fair and square, both in the past and the present. She told me that after I apologised to her in the arena, she reflected on her own mental state. By holding the grudge that she didn't deserve to lose to me, she didn't believe that I could change. In the process, she inadvertently hindered herself from changing and growing as well. She wishes she hadn't latched onto that thought and now realises the damage that it's done to her psychologically. I didn't have the heart to point out that her ill will towards me only ended up causing harm to herself, not to me, but at least she's finally learning. We made a truce. While deep down I don't think either of us believed that we could be close like we'd been leading up to in the past arena, it seemed nice to have a reconnection from those days. Bleep blop. Made peace. Woo, sometime later.
I meet with Kuei Li in the night market again.
She said she's gathered more information about my brother. Yeah, I wish that too, Jess. You could have a word with them. They might actually answer you. Disappearing chat is why it's now appearing on my screen and stuff, but it's still annoying. Last time we spoke, she said she would try and dig up some security camera footage. I wondered if her tips about that.
I've also tried investigating on my own, but to no avail. I went to check out the 2 stations that Chun Wen had rigged his MRT transaction records to show day after day, NJ Station and KH Station. I wonder if, instead of having rigged the records, he really did live in one of those areas after I left the island. But the transaction timestamps are caninely impossible. No dog could physically scan its pendant at the MRT gates consistently down to the millisecond. Regardless, after visiting NJ Station and KH Station, my trail had run cold. I have no idea about Chun Wen's fate. I have no idea what he could be doing in those 2 locations. I'm so ashamed that I ran away, but that's what I'm trying to fix now. I want to know where he is. I want to know how he's doing. And there's just the feeling that something is wrong.
Da da da! Should we end the stream here? Just kidding. Why set the transaction times to 9 and 5? Is it a hint pointing to a work facility? A dog of his ranking wouldn't have that sort of activity pattern anyhow. Day to day, wouldn't even need to use public transport if he wished. Though I went past him to take transit just to try it.
I order an IU jelly lemonade, my favorite drink. Well, second to bubble milk tea. Just after I get my order and return to my seat, I spot Kuei Li coming in. For fun, I don't wave to her, just curious to see how long it takes her to find me. But she spots me very quickly.
Yay!
Hey, there you are.
Hi, Kuei Li. She plops down across from me.
How are you doing?
I'm good, I'm alright. I hope you have something helpful for me today.
I do, in fact. Though you're not going to ask me how I'm doing. Cold and straight to business as usual.
Yeah. How are you doing? Kuei Li grins cheekily, smug that I listened to her. The truth is, she'd grown on me despite my efforts not to get close. After the initial distance I put between us, she's yet to demonstrate any ulterior motive. Hopefully this won't be a mistake. I've made so many mistakes in the past trusting dogs that offer me a deal too good to be true.
Well, well, I've been good. I've been great. Just waltzing my way around town as only a Labrador can.
There, you happy now? That response wasn't anything of substance. I didn't even need to know that. It doesn't enhance our relationship or trust. Why would you care if I asked how you do? At this point, I'm just messing with her. Part of me is just curious as to how she would respond.
Well, your answer was also just, I'm good, I'm alright. Which is typically just a canned response. But the way you said I'm alright makes me feel like it's not alright. So there was some information to be gleaned, and therefore, it wasn't a useless question. From that, I think I deserve to be judged based on even ground here.
Ah! Cool. Going to bed then, Dan. Thanks for watching. Oh, okay, fine. You're right, I'm not that alright. I'm feeling a bit doomed. In fact, I tried poking around the 2 locations from the travel logs. Ooh, Nana Milo!
Good night.
I didn't get any results. The area was just too broad, and I know nothing about how my brother is related to those 2 areas.
You know, I'm a bit surprised you'd even admit that you're feeling down. The Sid I research would never do that. Would never say that.
Yeah, I would never say something like that to a busybody stranger like you.
Wow,
I
Sid
stick
is
out my
so
tongue.
nice.
Trying to make it clear that I'm just joking. Let's be honest, I've mellowed down considerably since those arena years, even if I do say so myself. But you know, some habits do remain. When we challenged Arena 9 with Hyphen yesterday, I was afraid of the sides of me it reawakened. And I was afraid of how quickly my mind relapsed to scheming ruthlessly against others.
Yeah, that explains why you're still so rude and cold. Even though I'm not. Even though I'm the one that gave you the last solid lead you have about your brother. Maybe this one will make you really warm up to me.
She playfully makes a flourish with her paws. I take a sip of my lemonade. The algae jelly is just so juicy and refreshing. Good. I'm listening.
Well, I was able to get some security footage. The unfortunate part is that there's still no real sign of him on the dates after the final arena.
Right. I suppose that's it then. The lead is that there's no trace of him. Say, Quayle,
Yes, Sid?
I'm going to be frank with you. Her ears perk up and she looks at me attentively, but also in a way that seems like she's bracing for a rude comment or joke. Not because I fully trust you, but you know it might help the investigation.
You know what? I'll take that. Though my instinct tells me it's a mixture of both, you're just saying it's for the investigation so you don't have to admit you're starting to trust me.
I grin at her sheepishly. That's not how this works. But anyway, back on topic. I'm really concerned about my brother, whether my brother is even, if he's even alive. Quayle lets out a heavy sigh.
Right, I get it. You haven't seen him in ages.
I nod.
You have no idea where he might be.
I nod.
The island is a dangerous place.
I nod.
For dogs that don't rank high, like your brother. My point is, there's no reason for him to be in danger. It's more likely that he's gone into hiding.
Right. I want to object. The previous day's arena encounter came to mind. I have the highest ranking, for dog's sake, and I still get threatened and targeted. Maybe Chun Wen is being targeted as well, despite not being the bearer of the feather. I think I want to tell Quayle about the re-challenge arena when I have the chance. I think I trust her enough to. So, say he's alive. Is there anything in the footage to support that?
Well, in the footage of the days before your last arena, he physically showed up at the stations around 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. But the timestamps when the camera captured him scanning his pendant aren't the exact same as what's on the transaction logs. For example, the logs show 9 daily, but on the cameras it's more of a caninely possible situation, such as 9:01:53. He would arrive on time, but since there are other dogs in front of him, he couldn't control exactly when he scans his pendant on the gate. Another interesting thing the footage shows is that he was wearing some sort of uniform.
With that, she plucks a photo out of her bag.
It's this same uniform for a few days in a row, before the day of the final arena. I think this could be a hint.
I squint and peer close at the picture. It's very blurry and hard to make out the lettering on the uniform. It's likely a logo, and just to be able to have this image captured is a great lead.
Do you recognize this uniform at all?
I wish, but no. Do you?
I have some ideas, but didn't have the time to double check. I'll send you a list of anything remotely similar to it, and maybe something will ring a bell. I guess I'm a bit surprised. The reason I didn't do more in-depth research is that I thought you'd recognize something that your brother wore so often. Not to make you feel bad about it or anything. I'll just do a more thorough check of businesses and work facilities in the area.
Well, you're right to be surprised. We are siblings after all. It's a safe assumption that I might know something. But the truth is we weren't living together at the time anymore. Sure, they messaged and met up every now and then, but I was focused on my high-tier arenas and so was he. At the time, it seemed like everything was coming to an end so soon. So I just toughed it out, barely in contact with anyone. I knew he was doing well in the arenas, but who'd have known that our brackets would meet just like that?
Aha, it was the bracket that made the news for sure. But it wasn't half as scandalous as the news when the winner just ran away with the very prized feather that kept dogs motivated to win the arenas.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it was unavoidable to be talked about, but I wasn't around to know what was being said about me. I've still been too ashamed to ask Max what happened after I left. I could look up news articles, but same thing, too embarrassed.
Don't worry about it. It was mostly unfounded speculation. Only you know the truth of what happened. It's your life.
I guess so. Anyway, I'll hold on to this photo and you should send me a list of places you think it might be from.
Yep, there's a list that I quickly generated from an image recognition search. I just haven't gone through them manually yet to see what might make sense. That can be our next step.
Thanks a lot for the help.
You're welcome.
Lots of whistles. Don't know how long this game is officially when it's being played properly. You know what? I want to go to the 2 stations and walk around. Maybe we'll happen upon something.
Hey, that's a good idea.
I finished my beverage and washed the sweet aftertaste down with a sip of water. I put the photo of my brother securely inside my sweater and we set off.
At the MRT, I use my usual method to enter the stations, hiding my pendant face. First, we travel to NJ Station. It's near the Central Zone, 2 stops down the Green Line from our current location. By the way, LB does go back.
Oh, but it's not on there.
I know. I just did it by accident.
Useful to know.
We decide
But
to
I mean,
comb
B
the
shows the log
area
as well,
street
so.
by street. Kuei Li pulls up a map on her wrist phone and we stroll down one street, then walk around 1 block, covering all sides. We then move on to the next block.
Oh, Paul's almost have got home from work already.
Nice.
By the way, Quaylee, I need to tell you something.
Kuei Li looks over and nods, signaling her attention.
So I was challenged to some sort of arena rematch yesterday.
Kuei Li stops in her tracks, her expression concerned.
Go on.
It was one of the runners-up from my 9th arena. Somehow she found me after my lunch with Max. I didn't believe her at first, but when she took out her pendant, mine reacted to it. We entered an arena generated just for the two of us. Oh, that's what happened then. But this re-challenge arena was some sort of replay of the actual arena that happened between the two of us. It was weird. I had the consciousness of being the past arena. I don't know if that makes sense. It wasn't a new arena from scratch, but like I said, a re-challenge. That's the term the challenger used. Both of us were free to act as we wished, but the other participants in the arena all acted the same as they did in the past, or only changed minorly in reaction to me or the challenger's new actions. It was like we were given the chance to change what we would have liked to change, and the arena would run its course with the decisions of our present selves. But I already knew what happened in the past arena, that's the thing. So that knowledge helped me deal with the other participants, even if I was clueless as to how the re-challenge arena worked at first. I was able to outwit the challenger herself as well, and so I won this one. And that's why I'm worried that if I'm being targeted and allowed to be re-challenged one-on-one, the same could have happened to my brother as well.
Whaley is silent, processing the information.
Did this challenger tell you what she would be getting out of this?
She said that any re-challenger wins, they will get the feather of the truth.
Just like that?
I shrug. She wasn't very clear about it, but my pendant reacted to hers, so I imagine something was programmed in place. You remember how unofficially RE-regulated arenas go to those rooms and then are connected to the emulated reality with our pendants? Our pendants still connected us, but this time up in the open, not in the area buildings, and just one-on-one.
Interesting and strange, but I believe it. Though it's so unfair they could just take the feather if they win. Decades of your hard work down the drain just like that.
Perhaps it's unfair, but maybe it's just right or wrong that the feather went to someone like me.
Sounds like someone's feeling awfully guilty about this whole feather bearer thing.
Guilty? I guess I've never kept it a secret from Max. You'd be surprised how offended dogs get when you have second thoughts about the prize dangling in front of their noses, year after year, while they were forced to participate in the arenas.
It's not like every dog cares about the feather. Most just want the high ranking so they pretty much can do what they please on this island. You can live life just fine without the feather itself, which is not the sole purpose of the arenas.
I just feel hypocritical speaking ill of holding such power when I am the one that holds it. Swipe!
As we continue walking, I spot a sign that has similar red lettering to Chun Wen's uniform in the photo, and take it out to compare.
Do you think that could be the logo? Mamau Enterprises? See, red font, slightly slanted.
It's missing that oval around it though.
You're right. Features font size, colour, perhaps one hot encoding of flourishes around the world.
What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, just a habit. Let's keep looking.
We head down the next block. Quayle pulls up her hologram map and marks the route we've walked so far.
I'm just wondering, what were you expecting when you were gunning for the feather? Like, what did you plan to do with it after you won it? If you had any specific plans for it at all.
Well, it's funny, because in the very beginning, as a puppy, I wasn't interested in the feather in the slightest. The challenger from yesterday was actually one of the dogs that spurred me to aim for higher than I would have. Her name is Fen.
Hey, Fen. That name rings a bell. Didn't you two have a really big fallout? I remember reading about it on some news articles.
Yeah, I guess that happened.
Want to talk about it?
I'm not sure about that.
Oh, come on, just a bit. You seem to have something to say about it.
Ugh. Tell her what I think about the fallout, even if it sounds horrible. Ask her what information she has on Hey Fen.
I don't know, I feel like we have to go with the first one because I feel like it's been so one-sided always.
Yeah, Go on then. Fallout. Sigh. It's just difficult to talk about. After I've tried so hard to bury it, but I might as well tell you a bit. It was Arena 9. I guess by that time, I already had a reputation for winning my past arenas, all of them. Dogs were intimidated and dealt with that in various ways. For example, you know that superstition that dogs with white dots on their front legs or have white paws are unnatural?
Quayle nods. From my research, I found that Hei Fen had stated you are a white dot in many interviews, meaning you are a descendant of a family with a very violent history in the arenas. She used it to support her claims that you killed Fan Shu on purpose.
You already know so much. I'm impressed. Why'd you ask me about the fallout then?
Well, things that happened can be looked up in the archives. Only you can tell me your real thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, she wasn't wrong. I do have a white dot, but I have no idea why it even matters. Some distant, ancient, ancestral tie to dogs I have no idea about. Plus, assuming everyone with a white dot is evil is just putting nature 100% over nurture. It's an excuse to justify how I won over her, in my honest opinion. But yeah, the real issue was that really, I liked Hei Fen. I actually wanted us to win together. Now that I look back, I had no idea I was attracted to her. I would have even thrown the match so that she would win before the betrayal happened. You see, after that arena, I learned not to trust any dogs. Don't make any realliances. If I did, I was mentally prepared for them to betray me at a point. I was ready to do the same. Hei Fen's betrayal taught me that what I need is freedom. Freedom from other dogs' wants and desires. Without that freedom, I will always be at the mercy of others. It seemed reasonable that in order to be free of the whims of dogs, I would need to hold all the power for myself.
I glance at Quayle, who's been silent. Hopefully this isn't boring her, but she asked.
Sorry, went on a bit of a rant there. Am I losing you here?
Nah, go on.
So yeah, that's what happens, and there you have it, my honest opinion. Maybe my reaction to the betrayal was overly dramatic, bound by a romantic attraction that was spreading rumours that I'm a white dot murderer, time to take over the island. But I was young, and choosing to make the most of it took me far in the end. I do regret how I was. You could have called me ruthless in the arenas, but I'd say I was more pragmatic.
Seems like you're just trying to justify your guilt, just like Hei Fen was.
Yeah, right to the kokoro.
Sometime later.
Zoop.
We cover another 2 blocks, scanning the signage for the logo on my brother's uniform, with some false alarms. I take some pictures of those we confirm to not be a match, just in case. Of course, I also photograph the ones that are still ambiguous.
Oops. I wonder if I could figure out which dogs are going to re-challenge me.
I suppose it's only dogs that have participated in an arena with you, hence the re-challenge.
Yeah, the fact that the re-challenge arena had the state or the memories of what happened in the past points them to being against dogs I have competed against. Say, Quayle, have you ever competed in the arenas?
Dun dun dun. I have. But it's strange. It's more like I have memories of them.
What do you mean?
You know that whole waking up feeling? Like your consciousness is a bit woozy? Like the memories created in the arenas are trying to fuse into your physical body?
I kind of get what you're saying. The way I think it works is that the memory's being downloaded back to our physical body. That might be what you're describing.
Yeah, I do have memories, but not that feeling you get when you know a memory is 100% correct. Like the corresponding muscle memory isn't there.
I don't think I noticed a lack of muscle memory. To me, it felt like I did physically carry out the actions in the arenas. that could have just been a trick of the mind to reconcile my memories with my physical body. I wonder if your Labrador physique or something genetic isn't fully compatible with the AI hardware, if the muscle memory isn't something that is completely absent.
Yeah, maybe.
It's totally the Matrix, Dave. Totally.
We walk along in comfortable silence. We're almost at the end of the last street we plan to scan manually.
It's funny how this feels like a regular afternoon in Canada, strolling down the street with a lab chit-chatting. I'm so curious how she ended up here. Maybe she's also a type of feather holder. What if she's a descendant of the fabled species of dogs that once lived on the island? Ha! My imagination is pretty wild sometimes. Either way, I think our actions so far make her trustworthy enough. Although I think there's still the deeply rooted thorn in my heart, the fear of another betrayal. But I wonder, will Kuei Li be different? Say, Kuei Li, I don't normally ask this, but I really don't. But what is your rank?
No worries. I figured you'd want to know. Wouldn't want to entrust your personal feelings and information to some random dog.
She takes out her pendant and flips it face up to show me. 9 large orbs are filled, with 7 of the smaller ones filled.
A 97, huh? Not bad. Thanks for showing me.
Kuei Li puts her pendant back in her pocket.
No problem.
We look down at the last few buildings in the area.
Doesn't seem like there's anything matching.
Your brother's hint might be pointing to areas even further from the MRT station. Like I said, I'll run a graphical analysis first thing when I get back.
Alright then, thanks. I should go, but let me know what you find.
Alright, Commander Sid. See you back on the Normandy.
Yay! Mass Effect reference! Later. Why do I feel like she just made a joke I'm not getting? I got it!
Sometime
Jesse got it.
later.
It's okay.
I'm lounging on a chair in Max's apartment, waiting for him to get home.
I mean, you've literally broke the chair. I mean, it's either that or it's flat on its back. That's not how you chair!
Last night I woke up back on the bed in the apartment. I vaguely remember Max carrying me up to the apartment, so I guess I wasn't fully passed out. I wasn't fully conscious either. A dog's body uses up nutrients while the mind is in the comatose arena state, which is why the ARI hooks us up to all those life support things, in official arenas that is. Good thing that after a good sleep and meal I felt well enough to meet with Kuei Li.
Just then, I hear the locks clicking, and in steps Max. Hey, Max!
You're up.
He sets down his bag by the desk.
When did you wake up?
I think around noon. Thanks for the food, by the way. In the morning, I'd woken up to take out egg crepes and a note on the dining table. It was from Max and said to eat as much as I wanted and to text him if I feel unwell. You know exactly how much I love egg crepes.
How could I forget, after watching you eat them every single day for 3 years? And that's what you ordered at Q Restaurant, so I knew right then you hadn't changed at all.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'm an open book.
Definitely a creature of habit.
Max makes a face at me.
How was your day? What were you up to?
Well, I went to meet with Kuei Li. She said she had a new lead. I pull out the photo of my brother and show it to him. He takes it wordlessly and scrutinizes it.
Oh wow, she managed to get the security footage? That's an amazing clue. She must have really good sources.
Yeah, I'm starting to think there's something fishy about that. I noticed that Max has a strange expression on his face and doesn't seem to have heard me, so I look at him to see if he'll say something. He doesn't respond immediately.
You didn't tell me you were going to meet with the lab. I mean, not that you had to. It just makes me worry that you'd go without messaging me, just in case.
He seems upset. I'm sure he's just looking out for me. Plus, now that we know that dogs can challenge me, not to mention me fainting yesterday, it is reasonable that he'd worry that something dangerous could happen again. However, I wouldn't have gone if I didn't think I could take care of myself. Still, I should speak carefully, I know Max. He won't bring this up unless he really cares about it. What should I say? Apologise and change the topic. Explain my reasoning. I kind of want to explain.
We can go with that.
But I kind of want to apologise and then explain. But that's not an option. Explain?
Sure, we can go with that.
Okay. Ugh, it took me 23.48 seconds, slacker. Look, Max, I can tell you're upset.
No, I'm not.
He pouts and glares away at the door, suddenly very interested in it. But he is. I really thought I'd be safe going to mate with Quayle. If I got ambushed, I would Quayle to take care of me.
But what if...
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What if she betrayed me or didn't look out for me? Look, Max, I know you're worried, but trust me when I say that I felt the risk was worth the information to be gained. Worst comes to worst, I prefer to use the feather, that's all.
You're right. You can take care of yourself better than I could in a pinch. I'm sorry that I was so difficult, but give me a quick update next time you go running out, okay?
Alright, it's a deal.
So, back to before I distracted you. Go away, Xbox messages. You were saying there might be something strange about Quayle?
Yeah, after meeting Quayle today, something's been on my mind. Like you said, she has some really good contacts. She seems to know dogs' ranks as well. Even I don't know where to start looking for that, so I can't imagine how difficult it might be for the general public. However, she does have a really high rank, so I wonder if she could be using her rank to get information, in which case I'm not too happy about that. Or she works at Ari.
Huh. So you're saying the information might be classified, so she either used her rank rights or simply has direct access to it herself?
Yeah, either or. It's silly of me not to know much about how the allocated reality institute itself. I should have learned more about their operations before I left the island. Do they really allow such loopholes for information leaks like rank rights? Max's tone turns serious.
Sid, it's perfectly within the lab's right to use her rank rights. I doubt that any Ari member would be an exception. Any dog has to obey the dogs whose rank is above them. It is the purpose of the Ari to determine who on the island is deserving and to separate the good dogs from the bad. There are no bad dogs.
I grimace. The rights to alter reality are allocated accordingly. My voice is just a croak. Yeah, it really is. Even after so many years, I still remember. The dogma of the Ari.
Huh. Now imagine having to hear it again and again, day after day.
I fell for the allocated reality institution's promise of a dream. Oh, I fell for it.
Max sighs. It's the way things work. Even if you don't use rank rights, everyone else is still doing it. If Quayle did, would you hate her?
I mean, it wouldn't be fair to hate her. I think I would be disappointed, but yeah, it would be unfair to judge her for using her rank rights. I've tried to use my rank rights as little as possible, but I have used it before. I can't enforce my values on someone else. Either way, I would try to get that information out of Quayle on what her sources are. Does anyone know the typical ranked dogs that work at the Ari itself anyway?
I have no idea. I think their numbers are kept secret, but I've heard that dogs that are keen on an Ari position aim for very high ranks.
I see.
Be careful, Sid. I mean it. I really hope the Ari itself isn't out to get you. Especially now that random dogs on the street can just kidnap you and force you into an arena. Hello, tepid Bacchus.
Hello? I certainly hope the Ari isn't after me. I'd like to see them try, though. I'm worried, but it was actually kind of fun. I thanked you for getting breakfast for me, but I totally forgot. Thanks for bringing me back last night.
No problem. You... Something behind a message. You were kind of awake, but definitely not awake enough to come back yourself. I was prepared to stay till the arena was done, no matter how long it took in real-world hours.
Yeah, even though time passes much quickly in the arenas, there's no telling how much time it might last. How was Hey Fen after we walked from the arena, by the way?
I called a cab for her as well. Woke her up enough to ask her to pay with her own pendant.
Speaking of which, how much was it? I'll transfer you some tags.
Don't worry about it. I mean, I already see where this is going. You'll insist because you feel bad.
My face goes red even though I know he's just joking.
Buy me a drink next time.
Okay, deal. Just then, I get an email notification.
I've attached the sheet of company names and their logos generated from image recognition. I've included the raw list as well as marked down ones I would delete after checking manually, but I left them in case you spot something.
Ah, got it. Thanks, Quayle.
Although I might have to end soon.
Yeah, this is going on slightly longer, so let's at least download the files.
Okay.
See, Max, you want to help me go through these? So maybe
Sure
we
thing.
could just find our brother and it'd be over. We spend some time going through the sheet. In the end, we still have quite a long list of logos. Doggos that could be a match. I have an idea. Hey, Quayle, could you do a search of where those companies are located physically?
Sure thing, 1 sec.
Moments later, I get a message notification. Download files. Perfect! New columns have been added to the dataset with the addresses as well as geohashes. Oh, so reliable. Plot locations on a map, leaving only the ones that are within a certain radius to NY, NJ, and KH station. I tinker around with how large the radius should be, eventually settling on encompassing just the stations preceding and following them on the MRT lines. Oh, so I'm wondering if he's like getting on at one station, like walking, and then getting on at the other, or something like that.
Right.
I don't know how it works, but yeah. If he had really left some hint relating to location, it would make sense if he were somewhere too far from the two stations. It's amazing this can all work on wrist phones.
Yeah, I know, right? I remember when you had to do even lightweight work on computers.
In K9 DAO, I work for technology research, maybe using the equivalents to desktop computers here for most things. The processing power of phones isn't advanced there. Things in general aren't as convenient, but at my work basically we're responsible for developing and improving technologies, hardware, software. I took a lot of inspiration from what existed on the island.
I bet you had quite some suggestions for them.
I did. When I left, technology on the island was still more advanced than Canaan art. Oops. So I was able to repurpose some of the software for use in Canaan art.
The dogs I worked with were brilliant and came up with most of the implementation based on their current hardware capabilities. As we chat, I send Max a copy of the data. Upon receiving the mail notification, he pulls up the data.
Alright, let's go through these data points first. You do station KH and I'll do NJ.
Max nods in agreement, and we pore over the map with a renewed focus. One by one, we examine the details of each company on the shortlist, in case there's something of significance based on its exterior appearance or the type of goods or services it provides. Hey Sid, take a look at this. He points to a name on his hologram map.
Obsidian Rock Industries, office location 9th floor. This could be it. No, this must be it. I'll go through the rest of them just to be sure there's nothing else. He levitated.
Yeah, I think I could catch this one because I know enough about you. But if there's an even more obvious hint than obsidian rock, you would be the best dog to catch it.
Yeah, you're right. Either way, there must be something else to look for since Obsidian Rock is near KH Station.
There might be a clue near NJ Station too.
Yeah?
I continue looking down my map. I'm around halfway through and nothing really rings a bell. There's a bunch of coffee shops, but all of them had opened after I left. Even if Chun Wen had wanted to hint at somewhere we went to together, I couldn't reliably say if I could recognize it by name or pictures. It's been over a decade, my memory isn't that good, and the establishments might have gone through renovations. Hey Sid, I looked at up the company. Their website is really bare bones. Just lists their address and has a picture of the exterior of the building. Nothing about what they do.
Interesting. I'll pay a visit tomorrow. I pull up my messages and debate whether to tell Kuei Li. I'm still not 100% sure if she might be an agent for the ARI or something. Right now my instincts are telling me that... the best way to get obsidian is to pour water over a lava source pot. What do you think? Do you think she's an agent?
That's a tough one. You want to trust her, but you're like, eh. I'm waiting for a dark secret.
I mean, just helped us.
Right. I don't know, do we want to be old Sid or new Sid?
New Sid!
So we're gonna, she couldn't be working for the Ari?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trust. I don't have enough proof to be sure, though. I decided to tell her either way. After all, it's not like my brother would just be living at the Obsidian Rock Industries office address. Knowing him, it's probably just one step and several more to actually find him. These games take a while. We may have to stop and do another stream another time.
Yep, I think so.
So let's get to the end of this day, I guess, or end of this section. So even if Kuei Li does work for the Ari, this wouldn't be the last step to finding him. I might still need her help. When push comes to shove, I could still double cross her later. And since Obsidian Rock is one of his hints, I mean, that only myself and dogs I've known for long enough could possibly plausibly decipher this. Though given Kuei Li's track record, I can't rule out the possibility that she already knows the significance of Obsidian Rock, or could find out. In the case that she hasn't figured it out yet, I suppose there's no harm in just telling it the name Obsidian Rock, but not the meaning of it. When the investigation reaches a point where she cannot proceed on her own, I will no longer be dependent on her for new leads. Basically, I'll use her help as much as possible, with a new complication that she might be a double agent. Maybe I shouldn't worry so much. Jin Wen must have put in some safeguards to prevent a random third party from finding him. Let's hope that my trust in him won't jeopardize him. Hey, QL, could you help look up information on Obsidian Rock Industries? It's near KH Station.
Okay.
It's pretty funny though. Chun Wen and I used to play scavenger hunt games like this. Before the arenas, before everything else, when we were just puppies, living on the plains.
Living your merry life with the prod dogs?
Yeah. It's been so many years, but you can't come up with new jokes.
Old habits die hard.
Jeez, I guess it's still kind of funny. Makes my stomach hurt kind of funny. It's hurting in a bad way. Damn. I think I lived a decade in peace away from these jokes from the island. I deserve this, seeing as they used to make fun of prods even with even more gusto, with real venom too. Don't know what that is. Should we stop exactly on later this night?
Probably.
Yeah, save. Later this night. Alright. Yes, return to the main menu. So, end screen. Oh, I think my camera is rotating a little bit. So yeah, we should definitely do this again soon. But you can do it on Twitch next time.
Yeah, I can. I did enough for the that fun stuff.
Well, I mean, you started 3 streams, so one of
Well,
them should have caught.
one of them was wrongly named because I didn't include the.
Okay. You can rename them after and they pick them up, but yeah. Jesse's not on here, not because there was a clash with the affiliate mixer agreement. Affiliate agreement.
Yeah, that exclusivity agreement is pretty, annoying. So, but I do have Twitch, and I have streamed there a bunch.
Yeah. So yes, you have Twitch. So I'm stuck. Oh, I really need to fix.
And
the
this
color
is
balance.
my last
It's
mixer
weird now.
stream. This is it really. So next time it's going to be like fully.
Oh, you missed a night of marbles for us.
Well, thanks for hanging out.
It's been great. I think it was a really good idea to co-stream this and do the voices because
Yeah.
Yeah. Or actually, no. Jesse is just a voice in my head, and I've just been really good at doing an American guy voice.
Joe has quite the acting chops. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah. I just like project. I'm just having a conversation with myself here. Yeah. I need
She
to
also has the
rebalance
ability for
colour on my
multiphonics.
camera. I don't even know what that is.
It would mean that you could actually project 2 voices at the same time.
That's a good point.
Because we have talked
have
over each
we-
other.
We have. But that could be explained, like, with lag. I could have, like, pre-recorded stuff and then done it just to, mess with people. Yeah, no one's ever seen us on screen together. Could be the fact that Jesse lives in America and it's, like, the other side of the pond. But, yeah.
So that's what
yeah.
will happen. I'll go over there and then we'll co-stream in the same place.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be fun. Good to see
Once
everybody
the
over there.
pandemic's over, and then we could maybe get like one epic overcooked thing or something as well.
Right.
Or we could just play Chariot. I mean, that's really what you want.
Oh, I don't know. That'll be something.
Yes. So we could maybe finish this off at the weekend. I'm streaming with Paul at 3 on Saturday, which is my affiliate qualifying stream. Hype, hype, hype. I didn't promise a Chariot stream. Stop turning into Dan. But we could do this after, maybe.
I'll think about it.
Or like pre-bean dive.
I'll think about it.
Apparently, people want to find out what happens to the dogs.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to look at the
but yeah,
schedule and see what I
what
want to
fits in.
play. Yep.
Oh yeah, with your races. Yeah, okay. Well, let me know. So I'm free all weekend, aside from 3 till whenever it is we're streaming. We're doing Artifacts Mundi, Dark Fables, or some such thing. I never remember the name. It's Dark Fables. It's in the schedule. If you look in the schedule. But yes. Oh. Hello. Hello. We're just finishing off.
Yep.
I was just exclaiming loudly. Yeah. So, Jesse, when are you racing next?
Maybe tonight.
Ooh. What
There's
is
a
it
10
tonight?
p.m. It's mystery, I think.
That's like 3 in the morning.
I know.
I'll be asleep.
I know. Oh, last night was 7 again.
7. Oh, stop being 7 when I'm not watching.
I know, right? It's something about you not
That's so
watching that I just know that maybe 7's the number.
Oh wow. What? The guy that made the blobby emote is one of my followers. Cool. Give subs? I don't have subs yet, so yeah, that just seems like a weird thing. I already have best friends, but thanks for the application. Yeah, sorry, people in chat. Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome. Steve, I didn't know that. But yeah, sorry, that threw me off. So yeah, so Jesse's racing, so go follow Jesse. Go follow Jesse if you're not already following Jesse. Jesse is hang on, I have a thingy. Thanks, Okash. Right, there we go. You're not following Jesse. There's Jesse. He's been spamming his link all night, but you know, I figured I'd do a shout out because I got the command working. Woohoo!
Woo!
I got the command working on Twitch. So yeah, so he's back to Noi. I will be back on Saturday at 3 p.m. UK time. Schedule's in my schedule, so it'll convert for whatever time zones. It's a co-stream with Paul. We're doing the newest Artifacts Monday game, and we have a UK copy of the game to give away. Thank you very much to Paul for donating that. That was unexpected and very much appreciated. Should be my affiliate qualifying stream, so hype! But yeah. Aside from that, thank you so much to Jesse for joining me today. This has been epic.
Yep. It was fun.
Yeah, so I've been Joe, otherwise known as angelsk, and we bid you good night.
Good night.